Hello, hello, hello. I hope y'all are well. Studious Liz, contributors to the Ghost Trick Community Challenge, and lurkers. Hi, hi. Hope you're well. Yosh, hello. Welcome on into what you may call Recalling 12. Recollection 13. Something like that. Reminiscing 10. That's a good one. Yeah. That's close. We're almost there. The one with 12 is 12 Riven, actually. No, it's not. There's only... Okay, hold on. Pause. How many games are in the series? I thought there was 7, 12, and 17. Hey, Mr. Zoram. Just spent the last 4 hours watching the last 2 episodes of Remember 11 on 2 times speed to get caught up. That had to be chaotic. Oh man, all of that. No, I don't believe it. Hold on. The Cycliminal of Integral. Oh my god, it's real. Wait, what? Oh, the translation was nuked 9 months ago. Oh, and a re-upload 5 months ago. Code 18. Visual. Oh my god, these are real. What the fuck? But talk, I think with less than 25% at the halfway point, I'm fine with withdrawing Ghost Trick and refunding. It's not gonna make. Well, here's the thing, right? So if you can do that if you want. On the other hand, if no one else submits again next month and you want to, you could make it. I mean, even Super Metroid didn't hit it in 1 month. Up to you on that. I mean, you know, your call. I'm gonna let it run until the end of the month regardless, just because it's easier for me. And anything that's easier for me I like to do. But what was the other thing I wanted to say in regard to that? Everyone gets refunded no matter where in the process we are. So even if the month runs out, you all get refunded if it doesn't make it. There's no, like, well, all the points into the thing get refunded. Hope you're well, by the way. Also, I messaged Twink during the part about the confusion of the year being 2011 to 2012. And I said to him, what year is it? And after I typed that, I unpaused the VOD, and Taylor said, what year is it? We'll figure it out someday. And I almost had a heart attack. Well, don't you know that you're going through your own time paradox situation right now? Bum, bum, bum. I'm in your walls. Do 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 do. Ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba. We'll pause that. And then it's gonna pop up weird, and then it's gonna pop up correctly. All right, where were we? The bare minimum of happiness, I think. I have a little treat with me tonight. Little treat for me. As is my tradition, and I forgot about when I play these types of games. What's the treat? Little gin and tonic. I used to drink straight whiskey during the Zero Escape trilogy. Bad treat? It's a great treat. I'll have to disagree. We'll have to agree to disagree. I used to drink straight whiskey. That was a bad treat during Zero Escape. That was not good. It was not tasty. Okay, so there we are on the bar chart. The thing here. If it doesn't get renewed at the end of the month, then what is it? You'll get all the points then. I like mixing rum and black tea myself. You know, something happened a long time ago, because I used to be nervous about talking to a camera by myself. Well, obviously I had Spencer up above the camera. That was one part of it. And then during Valkyria Chronicles 4, I did this. Every stream I'd crack open a PBR, and I'd drink one PBR. And then if the stream was going well and it was going long, I drink a second PBR. Like mixing rum and black tea. That's an interesting combo. That's better than some of the combos I've seen. The worst I've ever seen was red Gatorade and spiced rum. That was really bad. I got very sick. I thought if I drink the Gatorade with the alcohol, it'll hydrate me, so then I won't be, you know, like hung over the next. That's not how that worked. That's not how that worked at all. Anything. I don't think it's hit the point of me needing to drink during it. I remember that I used to take like I used to do a drink during Uchikoshi games, and I don't think I did it for Somnium, at least Somnium 2. Somnium 1 I did. I was drinking a lot during Somnium 1. R11 sober's fine. IO sober was maybe my mistake. Radler's grapefruit. Oh god, I can't read that word. I'm sorry. I know it's a word. Smirnoff Ice. Smirnoff Ice. We like to leave the little Smirnoff Ices in people's shoes or like around the house where they'll find them and then they have to drink it. Will this be the second Alta Mocked style game? No. I've got the second Alta Mocked type on the game list. Hold on. Little distraction for the beginning of stream. Hold on. Where are you? Okay, well, it's been buried into the list now. But Soy and I watched a video on it, and it was to describe it as anything other than an Alta Mocked type would be something. Be a lie. Ancient Roman. Yeah, we watched a bit of the Ancient Roman video. I'm gonna play this. Enjoy your Lurk Twink. I'll have to take Sprite to me, so I'm gonna get a habit of drinking it frequently. There are a couple good hard seltzer. There's a local hard seltzer. I don't know what not brewery maker. I don't know what the fuck that would be called in Philly. That's really good. It's already hard enough sober. No, I'll be fine. Hey, Redbeard. You're not supposed to drink humans. Over rum, I see. Second Alta Mocked type. We have amazing. Oh, we do have amazing news. The next time, I guess I can announce this now. The next time Soy is down and we do a joint stream, Alta Mocked 3 live on T-Swizzle01's channel. Very excited about it. I hope that it'll be a return to form because, you know, Alta Mocked 1 and 2, I mean, both 11 out of 10s, but two is missing a little of that special something that 1 had. I'm hoping 3 brings it back. It can make more sense. Yes, be excited, everybody. The night is long. Oh, it sure is. Far too long. Well, I don't know about that. Light breaks through the night. The blizzard outside rages on and on. The demonic screams of the wind rock the cabin and shake the windows. Going out into the center of that raging storm and being able to come back was nothing short of a miracle. All right, we just left the helicopter. Or the theoretical helicopter. Hugging her knees, Mayuzumi keeps shivering as she sits there with a vacant look in her eyes. Several layers of blankets she's using to cover herself don't seem to be helping at all. Weak groans escape her lips, along with the sound of chattering teeth. Yomagi sits on his bed, flicking his lighter open and shut continuously. His gaze is fixated on the flameless stove. Annoyed at the sound of Yomagi playing with the lighter, Mayuzumi pesters Yomagi to stop in a shaky voice some time ago. But Yomagi hadn't stopped. He's probably doing it so that he doesn't fall asleep. I need to turn the game down slightly. Let me do that. Do this. Metallic sound is like the last form of resistance from a human whose flame of life is about to be snuffed out by the fury of nature. It's by no means pleasant to the ears, but it's the sound of civilization. It's absolute proof that we're still alive. It's our heartbeat. Uni is sleeping in my arms. He had been in a dangerous state of hypothermia, but he managed to raise his body temperature. The heat is returning to his hands and feet as well. According to Yomigi, he wouldn't need to lose any fingers. When I heard that, I was relieved from the bottom of my heart. Uni is curled up in a ball, letting out soft breaths as he sleeps. Even though it's dangerous to sleep while suffering from hypothermia, it would be even more dangerous to waste his strength at the moment. It should be okay to let him sleep as long as I wake him up every 30 minutes. Wrapped up in my blanket, I stare at my beloved watch, which had been completely desecrated by now. Throughout the long, seemingly eternal night, I thought about many, many things. For example, I opened and flipped through the 20 years of my life like an album. Elementary school, when I wrote a love letter to a boy. High school, when I found out that a senpai I really admired had a girlfriend and cried all night. Going drinking with a friend in the same class, and then going overboard with the alcohol, resulting in a terrible hangover the next day. All of them were just simple everyday things. When I think about on them now, all those days sparkle brightly like precious jewels. Perhaps dying will make all the memories I've accumulated inside me disappear. Perhaps everything will return to zero. All that will remain is the inorganic record that I was once here, and the memories lingering in the corners of the minds of people who knew me. That'd be all. I don't want to lose these simple yet irreplaceable memories. I don't want to die. I strongly, strongly feel that. Besides that, the ceaseless night made me ponder many other things. The thing that dominated my thoughts the most was Satoru. The Uni at Sphia said, "You killed him." Okay, he's reading it. Satoru killed that man. Uni witnessed it. That was why he was so frightened when he saw me in Satoru's body. I believed in Satoru. Yet things have happened that have made me lose faith in him. I thought of Satoru as my partner, the partner with whom I shared the experience of this strange personality exchange phenomenon. In the world where no one else could be trusted, he was the partner I believed in. Yeah, I kind of hate that we haven't really had any explanation as to who this guy is, because we keep like body switching away from this whole moment. So it's just like, bam, corpse. Oh, that's not good. Bam, you're freezing to death again. Bam, you're back. Oh, we're not gonna reference this anymore. He's just a random dude. I'm sure he is. Like, why haven't we talked to Satoru about it? He killed someone. Mr. Corpse. Because I was tossed right back into the blizzard, I didn't have the time to think about it. But now that I have, it's really frightening. Satoru, he killed that man. Well, I guess that's why we haven't explained it to each other yet. No, it wasn't Satoru. The murderer simply could not be Satoru, because the person who held the blade was Hotori, not Satoru. Uni must be mistaken somehow. That's the conclusion I finally reached in the end. Hello. I didn't realize we were playing Earthbound. They're just getting more and more like psychedelic backgrounds. I believe in Satoru, even if no one else in the world believes in him. I believe in Satoru because Satoru is my partner. Despite never being in contact with him, we're very close. It's like he's my other half. Our relationship is the only thing that's keeping me sane. Going back and forth between Sphia and the shelter cabin has made me much more unstable. The backgrounds are like the best part of the game. Not the story? I feel like in a visual novel, there's like 2 things you can compliment. 3, actually, if you include voice acting. The story is a close second. Okay. The music, true. 4. In addition, one side is exposed to the fury of nature and the other to the clutches of a murderer. No normal person would be able to act like everything was okay. But thinking back, I realized it's because Satoru was here, because he was so calm, that I was able to handle it. Satoru. I wonder if Satoru is okay. Nah, it falls under voice acting. I wonder if Satoru is still alive. I want to see him and talk to him. I want to hear his voice. I want to touch his hand. Satoru. My partner. My irreplaceable other half. Uni wakes up in my arms. Slowly, he opens his eyes. Uni shakes his head. Unicellular. Even though he still looks cold, he has a bright smile on his face. I wonder if he's trying not to worry me. I smile slightly. At the same time, I'm surprised by the fact that I'm even able to smile. It's the first time I've realized that people can still smile even in a situation as dire as this. Oh, new chapter. Man-made miracle. New banger alert? Trickster, not new banger alert. Ah, that's right. I forgot. Throwing off his blanket, Uni jumps to his feet. Yumagi slowly raises his head. It's gonna work. 3 days ago, Yomagi recovered a satellite phone at the scene of the plane crash. If we're able to get through to someone with a satellite phone, we can let them know our location. Then a rescue can be requested. According to the newspaper article, no, even if you just ignore that newspaper article, the satellite that the phone needs to work can't operate due to the current effects of the solar winds. Even if the phone connects to the satellite by sheer luck, the chances of getting a proper connection is 1 in 1 million, which is why I think we should have been dialing this whole time, but whatever. Even if we were, I guess if we run out of battery, then if the solar wind ends and we're somehow not dead, we'd be screwed anyway. Even if you were to dial once every second for 24 hours straight, we would get a proper connection once every 11 and a half days. You could call that a miracle. That's like, what, a shiny hunter's odds? And that miracle, unfortunately, seems unlikely to happen. That's what Yomigi's failures have taught us during these 3 days, in which he tried and failed over and over again to make a call from the satellite phone. Nah, it's about the same. Once you get like over 1 in 10,000, it's the same chance. So like 1 in 8,000, 1 in a million, it rounds to the same thing. If I round it to 1 sig fig, it's the same thing. If I round it to 2 sig figs, it's the same thing. Therefore, and I'm not saying it's a full math proof here, but I'd say it's the same number. Hey, Sam. That's why I spent my whole salary on lottery tickets. It's the same chance as getting a shiny in a Pokemon game. Please don't do that. Anybody. Leave for legal reasons. That's why Yomigi's failures have taught us during these 3 days, in which he tried and failed over and over again. Okay, he did do it. Don't do what? Please don't spend your entire salary on lottery tickets. Hey, Billy. Everyone knows if you're gonna spend thousands of dollars on lottery tickets, you have to make a YouTube video about it, and like the whole YouTube video have like 8 people sitting there scratching them off and screaming the whole time because they don't want to, you don't want anyone to lose the attention of the video, right? And at the end you like mark up how you only lost like $1,000, but in the end of the day it's all sponsor money anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Please, And make sure your fan base is like underage so that they see the fun effects of gambling. I think that's also a good idea, a good part of it. Something not dumb but just morally questionable, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, put little Temple Run in the corner, and then top right, Subway Surfers in the bottom right. Lots of sound effects, right? You need like vine crashes and like crazy music that changes every 5 or 10 seconds. Has someone who? I don't know what you're referring to. This is a completely hypothetical example that I would never. I wouldn't base this off anybody. That'd be rude. Also, Fastidious, real quick, I'm doing a quick aside because I know she and I have talked about this. Watching Snake earlier, he got jumped by the same group of bandits 6 times, killed all 6 times in a melee. It's not gonna be long. Yeah, Mr. Beast is using my ideas, obviously, in that case. See, what I did is I had a personality exchange phenomenon where I went back in time and made a video of it. And Mr. Beast saw it and used it, and I sent us onto the path that we're currently on. And if I was talking about Mr. Beast, hypothetically speaking. Also, Yosh, I've gone back through the VODs. You're credited 6 hours of my responsibility sidetracking. Up from 4 last week. That one VOD was lethal. Congrats, sir. I'm sorry. Yeah. Congratulations. I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry that occurred. At this very moment, I can't wait for it to connect. Wrapped up in her blanket, Mayuzumi interrupts. Faced Mayuzumi moment. Maybe I missed an hour? No, I don't think I missed any more. Yomigi hesitates as he rubs his chin. I think about it. It might be exactly as Uni says. That's what I've started to think. At this exact moment, the phone may connect. There's still a chance for a miracle. You know, I'm like, can't even believe I'm saying this. I'm 100% on Mayuzumi's side on this small argument. We can gain another hour real quick. Anybody got a tangent? Go Granny, I guess. Weird thing to cite to do that. The Yomi doesn't move at all. Perhaps his hopes have already crumbled away because of the exhaustion in the past couple days. I lost it in the snow. I quickly run over to Yomi's bag and search inside. I find the phone right away. 110. No, 119 isn't quite right either. I dial the number Yomi gives me. His phone's speaker is silent. Just like he says, it's useless to try. The moment that thought enters my head, This.
はい。こちら、八甲田山遭難対策委員会山岳救助隊。
It worked.
あれもしもし。もしもし。
It went through.
どうしよう。
I'm so shocked that any possible response goes right out of my head. My mind goes blank. I can't find anything to say.
風
Yomigi grabs the
もしも
phone.
し
Yomigi yells into the
我々
phone.
は HAL18 便の乗客だ。墜落した旅客機だよ。ニュースでやってるだろう。行方不明。そういうことになってるのか。まあいい。そうだ。18便の墜落地点は南八甲田の赤倉岳だ。我々はその墜落事故の生き残りで、生存者は全部で4名だ。今は赤倉岳緊急避難小屋に避難してる。ポイントはわかるだろう。僕の GPS によれば、北緯40度35分35秒、東経140度55分20秒、標高プラス1298メートル。
Good work, Mount. Yeah, good work, Mount, man. Yomigi. Yeah, thank God Yomigi's here. Do you think this is actually on a mountain if I search up these coordinates? Hold on. 40 degrees. 35. North. 140. 55. 20 east. Okay, well, if I'm gonna search, okay, that 35 east 140 520. Okay, I pressed search and you know what it did? It took me to Google Maps right down to Philadelphia. So fuck that. Okay, never mind. I'm not searching it. It's not because it's in the wrong hemispheres, but because we'd be what? We'd be Western Hemisphere, wouldn't we? Whether dock somebody live. Yeah, this is my exact GPS coordinates. I think the website I was using was just bugged. That would be funny as fuck, though. Yoshi's whole plan was this one screen to know my exact address.
今まで何とかしのいできたが、そろそろ限界だ。物資も底をついてしまった。今すぐに助けに来てほしい。もしもし、おい、聞いてるのか。もしもし。切れちまいやがった。
Yomigi redials again right away. He's gonna address you as Taylor any minute. My heart can't take that.
ダメだ。繋がらない。
No matter how many times he tries again after that, none of the calls make it through.
助けに来てくれるんですか。
わからない。
わからないってどういうことよ。あんたちゃんと説明したの。
言うべきことは言ったつもりだ。
How many degrees east was it? I don't remember. 140? Or was that the north one?
ただ、途中で切れてしまったんだ。
Was 40 north? 140, 55, 20.
向こうの返答が聞けなかった。途中から電波状況が悪くなってほとんど応答が聞き取れなかった。それどころかきちんと内容が伝わったかどうかもわからない。僕の言葉をどこまで聞き取ってくれたのか。
それって場所とか私たちのこととか全然伝わってないかもってこと？
うん、自信がない。
ちょっとどうにかしなさいよ。なんとかしなさい。もう一度かけるのよ。
I don't think it's gonna work
無理
again.
だよ、まゆずみ。さっき繋がったのだって奇跡みたいなものだったんだから。奇跡は二度起きたりはしない。
貸しなさい。私がやるわ。
It'd be crazy if it works.
繋がるわ。繋がるのよ、きっと。繋がらなくちゃ困るのよ。繋がりなさいよ。どうしたのよ。どうなってるのよ。繋がってよ。お願い。お願い。お願い。だから。
Eventually, Mayuzumi breaks down crying with the phone still in her hand.
まゆずみさん。
While a supporting hand on their shoulder. Her shoulders are trembling.
あとは祈るしかない。僕らのことがきちんと伝わったと信じて、きっと助けに来てくれる。そう信じよう。
Even though Yomigi's words are reassuring, they do nothing to comfort Mayuzumi. Putting down the phone, she stumbles slowly toward the bed. She wraps herself in a blanket and goes completely silent. No, she's muttering something repeatedly under her breath. If things keep going like this, she may just lose her mind. I move close to Mayuzumi's side of the room, worried about her. Oh, revealed intentions.
今度こそもうダメだわ。
A place in Tawada Hachimanto. Not mantle. I was about to say there's no way that's an L. Hachimantai National Park, just north of Lake Tawada. Oh, okay. What was the chapter name? Revealed Intentions. Neat.
私たち死ぬんだわ。あの新聞のように。何やってたんだろう。死に物狂いになってあがいて仲違いして、それでも生きようとして。滑稽だわ。
Mayuzumi mutters inside her blanket. She's pretty much given up. Her eyes are hollow, staring at nothing in particular. I can't leave her alone in this state. I sit down next to her. I call out softly. I don't know whether Mayuzumi hears and ignores me, or if my words haven't reached her, but she doesn't respond and continues talking to herself.
思えばあっけない人生だったわ。つまらない人生。そうは思わない？いえ、あの時を除いては、あの時の私たちは輝いていた。
Looks to be 1,000 to 1,200 meters above sea level. They can't really read altitude maps, so that's just, well, then it was what, like 1,100 or something they said, so that would fit.
生きる喜びに包まれていた。
We. Could she be talking about? I'm not sure when it started, but Mayuzumi is now in tears.
サトル、助けて。私を助けて。
Mayuzumi takes hold of my arm. She looks into my eyes, but her stare is distant, as if she's looking at something else far away.
サトルに会いたい。もう一度あなたに会いたい。お願い。 会いに来て。私に会いに来て。サトルのふりでも構わない。それでも構わないから。言ってほしいの。私を助けてくれるって、守ってくれるって。どうして来てくれないの？私のこと嫌いになっちゃったの？私があなたの元から去ってしまったから？あなたを捨ててしまったから？
The person she's looking at isn't me. She's looking at Satoru through me, begging him, pleading with him.
でも仕方なかったのよ。親に逆らえなかったの。うん、そんなの言い訳ね。私の都合だもの。私の勝手な都合であなたを裏切ってしまったんだもの。
No way. She did? She did? Oh. They're both obsessed with this guy. Yeah, a little smidge.
だったら謝るから。ごめんなさいって謝るから。だから会いに来て、助けに来て。
I didn't think that was the case. She said betrayed, and I said, wow, I can't believe she would betray somebody. Not disagreeing, just funny considering it's her.
お願い。
Her hands grip my arm even tighter. Her fingertips dig into my skin.
サトル。
I was worried I missed the metaphor here. No, I think you're good. The person she's asking for is Satoru. What she needs right now is not my consolation, but Satoru's words. If that's the case, I should try to remember Satoru's words from the messages he left behind in the voice recorder. Try to remember the way he talked. Then, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Fake it. No, don't do this. This is messed up. Don't do this. Kokoro, please don't do this. This isn't the help you think it's going to be. All heart, no brain at their finest.
リン、俺だよ。
No, it's not. Oh, this is icky. I don't like this.
サトル
No.
なの？
No, it's not.
あ、
I nod.
そうだ。
Before I just don't like before all the words of, because like she can if we body swap now. I don't fucking know. Before all the words have left my mouth, my Izumi's already hugging me.
サトル。サトル。サトル。
She holds me tight with all her strength, her arms wrapped around me, tighter and tighter. That strength and intensity represents the strong feelings my Izumi has for him.
サトル。私。あなたに会いたかった。
Just feels like an intimate moment I shouldn't be seeing right now, you know?
会いたかったの。
Dreamy lens.
あなたに会うためだけに私は生きてきたの。生き延びてきたの。あなたに会うためなら何でもやった。
Baby, what is you doing? She said it's fine even if it's someone pretending to be him. Where? Oh, even if it's someone pretending. No, no, no. That doesn't make it good.
ひどいことも理不尽なことも嫌われるようなことも何でもやってきた。他人にどう思われようと全然構わなかった。だって私に残されてるのはあなただけだったんだもの。サトル。
I stroke Mayuzumi's back gently as she continues murmuring into my chest. She feels so fragile, like a child, like someone so very small. Her body quivers. Somehow, an incredible feeling envelops me. An incredible feeling of, I shouldn't be doing this. This is a really messed up thing for me to have been doing. It feels as if I've no, not as if you've really become Satoru. It's as if I'm really becoming someone close to her. This is so bad. This isn't good. Baby, what is you doing? No, okay, so like, here's the deal. Just because, right, killing someone for trying to kill you is at least generally a swift end. This is emotional torment before we still die anyway. This is like cruel and unusual. This didn't happen before. That doesn't mean it's okay beforehand. Neither of them are free from blame. I want to protect her. Well, I'm glad, but couldn't you have done that as Kokoro? I want to save her. The feeling spreads through me. No, because we're not Satoru.
もしも私が突然この世界から消えてしまったらどうするって覚えてるよ。
Why would you say yes? We're not remembering 11. Of course, I don't know a thing about that. But I just try to imagine something like that happening between the two of them.
その時あなたはこう言ったわよね。リンのいる世界を見つけるよって。
I'm glad we're not getting quizzed.
もしその世界が見つからなかったとしても見つかるまで探し続けると思うってあの時の言葉嘘じゃなかったのね。あなたは私が消えた後も探し続けてくれた。こうして会いに来てくれた。ああ、もちろんだ。当たり前じゃないか。
I softly stroke her hair.
嬉しい。
Her body stopped shaking.
あなたはこう聞き返してきたわよね。
You asked me the same thing. What was my exact response? 5 options pop up.
もしも突然この世界から俺の存在が消え失せてしまったとしたらどうするって私は半年も経てばあなたのことなんて忘れてしまうって答えた。
Wait! Everyone involved in this situation is terrible. I'm fucking Team Avalanche now. Well, okay, no, Yomigi's fine. Yomigi gets a pass. And I don't think Uni hasn't done anything terrible yet, but like he obviously knows too much. This situation.
忘れることなんてできなかった。あなたを失ってしまったことが辛くて辛くて苦しくて苦しくて毎日毎日。
Oh, true. He doesn't die. Good point. Good point. I'm just worried about Yomigi then.
寂しかったの。ただの強がりだったの。そんなことないよ。
Oh my god.
リンはそうであってこそのリンなんだから。サトル、お願い。どこにも行ったりしないで。
What's this? Jazz music stops. And ate it in front of them.
消えちゃったりしないで。
Bro, just kill her. Just kill her. Don't do this. When you really started to warm up to her, I feel nothing in terms of positive toward her all of a sudden.
一人にしないで。
I'm happy that you did though during this at least.
私のそばにずっといて。ずっとずっと私を離さないで。お願い。お願いよ。
Mayuzumi holds me tighter and tighter.
大丈夫だよ。大丈夫。俺はどこへも行ったりしない。ずっとリンのそばにいる。俺はいつだってリンの中にいる。
That isn't your promise to make! I just see a lot of myself. Hopefully you wouldn't eat everyone else's food. Ah.
サトル。
Then Mayuzumi talks about all the memories she has of being with Satoru. She talks on and on endlessly about sweet, happy memories, innocent, delightful memories, pleasant memories that make us both smile, and painful memories that tug at our heartstrings. She really thinks she's becoming Satoru. Petty troubles that make funny stories now. That was the history Satoru and Mayuzumi had created together. The paths that only they had walked, nobody else. Like a spring gushing forth, Mayuzumi speaks. I remain silent and listen. I listen on to Satoru, not myself. I am Satoru in these moments alone with her. I gaze at Mayuzumi. It's there in one of her small, white, well-shaped ears. Simple earrings. Could these be a present from Satoru? I slowly reach out and touch an earring. Mayuzumi gives a small jump.
ごめん。平気。サトル、私の耳とかピアスに触るの好きだったわよね。私が耳感じやすいの知ってるくせに。そうやって私の反応を見るのがあなたは好きだった。エッチ。
I hope I'm not turning red. I'm Satoru, so I can't let this phase me. Self-control, self-control. Good with that. I should be all right.
それに引き換え、私は子供っぽかったかも。いつもあなたにじゃれついてた。
Surprising. The usually resolute, strong-willed Mayuzumi definitely doesn't seem like a woman that would flirt with a man. So she changes in front of the man she loves. No, that's not it. It could be that her everyday personality is just a mask she created for herself, and this is a return to her real personality.
楽しかったよね。え、あれって。
What does she talk? I mean, she knows.
あれよあれ。
A persona. Being fond of a character and they're being a good person. Yeah, I just usually am not fond of characters that are like terrible people. If you're just like an awful, terrible person, your backstory doesn't redeem or make me like you. If it's like, yeah, I might feel like, that sucks for you, but you're still a jackass and I don't care about you. I think we're agreeing, probably. You're just maybe a step further and I'm a step back or something. I don't know. Somewhere close to that.
昨日話したじゃない。
Never mind, she didn't know, and now we're about to fuck it up. Yesterday.
ちゃんと覚えててくれたじゃない。
No way we're getting away with this. What did we talk about? I haven't the slightest idea.
ひょっとして忘れちゃったの。そんなわけないわよね。
This is bad. My thoughts exactly. I have absolutely no idea what she's referring to. I'll be found out. What do I do? What do I do?
あれよ。ぐるぐる。ぐるぐる。ぐるぐる。
Just pretend you changed back. Yeah. For the love of God. Get out of this. Round and round.
ああ、あれね。
All heart, no brain. Like an infinity loop.
覚えてるよ。ぐるぐる。 ほら、あれだろ。よく恋人同士がやる。あれ。
Now it's sheer desperation. I'll just go along with whatever she says.
そうそう。浜辺でぐるぐるって。
Round and round on the beach? Round and round. Some of this kind of scene comes to mind. With Satoru as the axis, he held on to Mayuzumi and swung her round and round as she clung to him. Like one of those rides in the amusement park. That must be it. Using that mental picture as a reference, I speak tentatively, since it's something I would never imagine Mayuzumi
夜
doing.
の浜辺でぐるぐるって楽しかったな。でも、サトルはちっとも楽しそうじゃなくて、私だけ一人ではしゃいでたっけ。そうだったな。あんなのどこが楽しいんだか。俺にはさっぱり理解できんね。
Although I say that, I fully understand Mayuzumi's feelings. Holding onto her boyfriend round and round. Lovers playing with a beautiful night view behind them. A world, a space, a time for just the two of them. I can understand it well. No, wait, I'm envious. That's very romantic. Mayuzumi laughs cheerfully and draws away from me.
いっぱい話したら し横になるね。あ、おやすみ、おやすみ。
Lying down, she pulls a blanket over her head. I softly caress her back and stand up. Looks like she's somehow regained her composure. I think she'll be all right now. From beneath the blanket, Mayuzumi speaks softly. Yeah, okay, she did. No, thank God. Okay, I just... it makes it less awful, but like, I don't know. It makes it a lot less awful. I feel a lot better now, but like, we shouldn't have put ourselves into that situation to begin with. What? She saw right through. Of course she did! I get just a little dejected, but since I meant for my act to be convincing, but I feel thankful to Mayuzumi who went along with me. I feel like I've gotten close to her, even if only a little. And I'm glad she's cheered up. I feel that way from the bottom of my heart. Leaving Mayuzumi, I go over to Uni. Uni is squirming under the blanket. Never go into theater. Hybrid speech 100.
何やってるの?
No, like speech 1.
これをね、聞こうと思って。
Before I knew it, he was holding a radio in his hand. Angel descending in darkness.
前に聞いたとき、壊れてたやつ?
Oh man, I can't wait for this radio to start saying it's 2012.
あの時は濡れてただけだよ。ラジオの裏の蓋開けて乾かしたから、ひょっとしたら聞けるかも。濡れたら壊れちゃうものじゃないの? あれ、ココロン知らないの?
What if it's 2010? Then what little I know is gone, and we're back to zero again.
電化製品を水洗いして修理するっていう方法もあるんだよ。
Uni fiddles with the radio's dial while he
ちゃんと
talks.
乾かしてあげれば、ショートしない限り元に戻るんだ。
The speaker picks up some static. Uni tries to tune it, but
おかしいの。
oh, I can't wait to talk to aliens.
聞こえないよ。やっぱり濡れたせいで。そうなのかな。
Uni points to the red light on top of the radio.
ここのダイオードが切れてる。電球切れ? 電球とダイオードは別だよ。電球みたいに切れたりしないの。これが消えてるってことは、内部の線のどこか切れてるのかもしれない。
In any case, Uni is quite calm and collected. Yet I can only feel hopeless, anxious, and insecure about whether help is on the way or not. Even Mayuzumi is moping around. Yomagi hasn't said a word since that incident either. I guess he has his own troubles to deal with as well. Just how strong is Uni? No, wait. Trying to listen to the radio is an attempt to listen to news from the outside world. To see if the media is reporting anything about us. Of course, Uni is uneasy as well. What even is a diode? Watch this. A diode is a semiconductor device typically made of silicon that essentially acts as a one-way switch for a current. It allows current to flow easily in one direction, but severely restricts current from flowing in the opposite direction. Happy to help. It's a redstone repeater. I'm satisfied with that conclusion. Check. As he tampers with the radio, Uni's frown grows deeper. The radio is covered with weird scratches. There's a crack in the front of the wall. Front of it as well, not in front of the wall. That'd be weird. I recognize that radio, but from where? That's right, the day before yesterday. During my fight with Hodori, I had thrown the first thing at hand, a radio at her. I made the decision on the spur of the moment. Is that when it was damaged? Wait a minute. Why is the radio here cracked just like the one in Sphia? Not only that, there's the charm too. The charm you received from Utsumi and Svea, the uni of the shelter cabin has it as well. Additionally, I comb Uni's bangs upward.
どうしたの？
As Uni stares blankly at me, I can see an old wound on his forehead. Isn't this the injury that Hotori gave him the other day? It's all healed now. What does it mean? Where is this Uni from?
ねえ、ユニ？
I finally decided to ask the question I've been wanting to ask all this time. I chose my words carefully and start to talk about the radio and the wound. Meanwhile, Uni stays silent. He looks at me with a strangely mature face that doesn't suit his age. Hey, Frost, I hope you're well. While keeping my voice low so that neither Yomugi nor Yumai Izumi can hear, I explain what I've experienced. Then, strengthening my resolve, I ask him.
あなたはスフィアに行ったことがあるんじゃないの？未来から来たんじゃないの？そんなわけ。でも、そう考えれば辻褄の合うことがあるの。
Doing pretty well. Hope you are. I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Not too much, at least. You've got Delusive Consciousness playing right now. Very fabulous. Welcome to the hit game Remember11, where we have to remember 11. I've forgotten it already.
ユニ、私が死体を見るって占いで言ったよね。
Good luck at work. I hope you don't have to cry. But enjoy the lurk. Hope work is not terrible. What number were we remembering again? 13.
私、本当に見たの。スフィアで。それって予言じゃなくて、本当のことじゃないの
3 pi? There you go.
ユニは未来のことを知っていたからそんなことが言えたんじゃないの？
Uni doesn't answer. H over 4 pi. He just silently stares
そ
at
れだ
me.
けじゃない。ほら、あの新聞のこと。私たちの死亡記事が書かれていた新聞。あれって本物だって言ってたよね。ユニは私たちがあの記事通り死んじゃうって知ってたから。だからあんなこと言ったんじゃないの？うん。ひょっとしたらあの新聞自体ユニが持ってきたんじゃ。
I grab the silent Uni by the shoulders and raise my
お
voice.
願い。なんとか言ってよ。お願いだから。私たちどうなるの？
Something falls lightly from his breast pocket. Something white, soft, like down. I pick it up. It's another feather.
これは
The feather of a white goose that was stuck in my hair that day, the day I first met Uni. The angel's feather. Because that would be so incredibly romantic. The confusion has reached its limits. The charm, the cracked radio, the cut on his forehead, but he has the angel's feather.
記念だよ。ココロンと出会ったことを忘れないようにするための。
I look into Uni's eyes. His eyes are hollow. I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe he isn't looking at
ユ
anything.
ニ、あなた。
Who are you?
あなたは誰？あなた。
Yomagi suddenly raises his face, surprised by my abruptly loud
Oi.
voice.
どうしたんだ？
At that instant, Uni lets out a strange scream and rushes out of his bed. Oh. He opens the door before I can stop him. Cold air rushes into the room. There's a roaring blizzard outside. Uni flies out into the raging storm. I rush after him. Uni stands in front of the shelter cabin. The driving snow striking his face, he stands there, looking up at the sky.
どうしちゃったの？ユニ。
Expedition 33 is also out of the question. Game looks good. Is looping. Damn brat. Crazy Uni is interesting. He doesn't answer.
ユニってば。
While shielding my face from the whirling snow, I call out to him again. What happened? Did my question cause this? Was it traumatic to him? Also, hey, Mike. I think I said that already. If I didn't, whoops.
もう聞かないからだから戻ってきて
Hearing my desperate appeal, Uni slowly turns his head toward me. And in the furious storm, Uni... Oh, dear. That's not good. That's really bad. Smiles.
かごめかごめかごの中の鳥はいついつでやる
You can be a little creepy as a treat.
夜明けの晩にずると亀が滑った後ろの正面だれ
He's swallowed by the raging
何
storm.
をしてるんだ
Yomigi bursts outside and catches Uni, who's still standing in front of the
また
cabin.
低体温症になるぞ
Yomigi returns to the cabin with Uni in his arms. To shut the door, I have to practically throw my whole body's weight against it.
何があった
わかりません突然飛び出していって
Uni has his eyes closed. Has he lost consciousness?
低体温症になると幻覚を見たり暴れ出したりする
Yeah, I don't think this is from hypothermia, Chief.
その症状かもしれない
Yomigi lays the back of his hand against Uni's cheek. Who's that behind? Oh, no. No, thank you. I'm sure that's it. Thanks to you. Yeah, see, now we're at the point of the Uchikoshi game where we've hit the watershed moment. There's obviously something wrong. We know there's been something wrong because it's an Uchikoshi game. And they still keep trying to explain it away, but you're well aware. You're well aware it's no longer that. The Hat Man has come to collect. Nah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm okay. I don't need to do it. The Hat Man can fuck off. I don't need to talk to the Hat Man. Haven't spoken to the Hat Man in like 13 years, okay? He lays the back of his head against Uni's cheek. Touches his neck and the area around his armpit.
幸い体温はそれほど奪われていない
It's gonna be fucked up. Fuck you guys. Yomigi gently lays Uni down on the bed. A pained expression contorting his face, he shrugs his shoulders.
申し訳ないがさっきと同じように温めてやってくれないか
It's not, no, it's not funny.
わかりました
Give me 1 second. Okay. Thank you. You know, the Hat Man. I embrace the senseless Uni and wrap us up in the blanket. The limbs that I had painstakingly warmed up earlier are once again cold as ice. Meanwhile, Yomigi presents us with his own blanket.
眠いようなら冬川さんも寝てくれ
Thoughts on the Kagame song? I mean, it's obviously supposed to be describing us trapped in this. I don't know what the look behind you is supposed to reference. Maybe it has something to do with the way time is looping or something. I don't know. I'm not good at guessing game plots, so I don't usually try. I'm like really bad at it. You ever get so tired you start seeing spiders? Me after I take 17 Benadryl and start seeing the Hat Man. No! Oh, this is not a safe space suddenly. I guess the guy I talked to wasn't wearing a hat. I was up for, I think I've told the story a million times. Basically, I was up for 51 straight hours and I saw my shadow move separate from me, and then I talked to it for a while, and then it told me to go to sleep before its friend showed up. And so I went to bed. I was like, right, that was the warning I needed. Yeah, you know what? Fucking chill ass shadow. You don't remember this story? All right, I'll get the slightly longer version. I was in I was visiting my grandparents, and well, I used to go up to see my grandparents for like a month out of every year, and all my cousins lived around them, and so we would all, you know, go together. I'd see all my cousins, and the thing was, when we got older, like when I got into high school, all my cousins had plans, right? Like, because I was the oldest, but then when they were all middle and high school, they'd all have stuff to do, summer camps, like sports, all that type of stuff. So we go for a month, and everyone would only be free for like 4 days. So I had to find different ways to like entertain myself. And so one day I was like, you know, doing whatever during the day, and then at night I played faster than light until the sun came back up. And then I was up the whole day again. Sorry, Yoshi. Please, you hate this story, I'm sure. Hi, Yoshi. Hope you're well. See you in 2030 about this. But then I stayed up for the whole day. And then at night again, I played Persona 3. Basically, how did it work? Through the night? My sleep cycle had been completely reversed, I think, because I had to start during the night because that was the only way I could see my shadow. So I was up during the night, did a whole day, faster than light during the next night, whole day. I was playing Persona 3. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. And I got up to use the bathroom, and when I came back, I walked into my room, and the light that my laptop screen cast on the wall created a shadow. And the shadow wasn't moving the same as I was moving. And so I looked at it and I said, that's weird. And then I heard, you know, then it talked to me for a couple minutes. And after, I don't even remember what the rest of the conversation was. But then at the end, it said, okay, cool, nice to meet you. You should go to bed before my friends arrive, because they're not so chill. And I said, oh, okay. So I shut off every light in the room and I went the fuck to sleep. And I've never, ever attempted that again. Shadows with a threatening aura. It was terrifying. Now I'm a big nappy boy, so it doesn't happen anymore, but yeah, for real, right?
曇っているが、一応太陽が昇っている。多少は気温が上がるだろう。昼間のうちに体力を取り戻そう。
よもぎさんは
Yomagi points to my wristwatch.
しばらく経ったら交代してくれ。
それじゃあ起こしてください。
Yomagi looks up at Mayuzumi's bed. At some point, she had fallen asleep. We can hear her weak breathing. Yomagi touches her neck. He must be checking her heart rate. He also places his hand in front of her mouth to check her breathing.
少し眠らせよう。消耗がひどそうだ。
Yomagi reaches out and starts to rummage around Mayuzumi's bed. He's probably fixing her blanket. Then he returns to my bedside.
眠るんだ。また夜が来る。それまでの間。
I hold Uni tight and close my eyes. Is this Uni really the Uni from the future? I wanted to hear it, but he ran away. Can't ask anymore. I don't want to burden him any further. With my eyes closed, I bury my face in Uni's hair. What is the truth? The newspaper is real, isn't it? Can we survive? Lots of problems sweep through my mind, but before long I fall asleep. Like that of a newborn baby, a deep, deep sleep. Struggle against the end. Involves my colleagues being weird to me. My colleagues blackmailed me the other night. I mean, I'd be mad at that. I'd be furious. The night comes once again. We take turns sleeping until the sun sets. I think being a little mad is well within your right. We can barely recover any of our strength. Our food, fuel, and water has been used up. The air inside the shelter cabin is so dry that it's getting difficult to even breathe. Yes, the air was so cold that breathing in makes my lungs cry out in pain. It's a little hard to be mad at your colleague when she slighted you in your dream. Okay, well, see, this was prevalent information. That it didn't happen in real life. This was not clear. Very different then, never mind. When I breathed in through my nose, I feel as if the inside of it will freeze solid. Even though we have our coats on and even blankets draped over each other, they're completely useless as protection from the cold. I wonder what the fuck I was talking about for that quote. Might have been Kingdom Come. No, true, fastidious, true. That's fair. Within the context of the entire equation, it makes sense. Gleefully bath time. Yeah, it was definitely Kingdom Come. Even though the complete uses protection from the cold, my body keeps shivering, almost abnormally. Got a good laugh out of that. It's difficult to even move my limbs. I'm glad. Not about the limbs part, just the good laugh. Inside the shelter cabin, all conversation between us has stopped completely. We don't so much as utter the words, "It's cold." Our discolored lips quiver intensely inside the small cabin enshrouded in darkness. Only the sound of our shaky breaths remind us that we're still alive. Yuni, who's now sleeping and cuddled beside Yomagi-san, looks almost like he stopped breathing altogether. We're at our limit. I felt this way many times before, but it wasn't until now that I felt the reality of death drawing closer and closer. The god of death, known as Cold, has invaded the shelter cabin and is contemplating whose neck will be the first under his scythe. I don't know if the phone call yesterday actually came across properly, but even if it had, the rescue team probably can't come for us in this blizzard. I exhale onto my frozen fingers. We gonna freeze to death like this? Is there nothing we can do but sit here and shiver like this as we wait for death? Did I get caught up in this bizarre personality exchange phenomenon just to die without understanding any of it? I tried voicing my voice out to confirm I'm still alive, but that voice cracks and fades away. I pray for it in my heart. For hope. For the hope to live on. No matter how small it may be, I wish for a light to reach out to. I wish for a light to lead the way. Without it, we're all going to be crushed by the complete darkness that envelops us inside the cabin. Oh, the 7th day. Bum, bum, bum. Usually weird, usually painful. Probably the same way my other nice colleagues marooned me on an alien planet, or my Orga professor got the entire class killed on the mountain. Strangely related to this. I think I met one of the Shadow's friends. He's right. They suck. Also, if you close your eyes, you can still see everything when you're awake, but your dream brain is still working if you are in a familiar place. Sleep paralysis? I think it's closing my eyes didn't make the ghost-like figure trying to grab me at me leave my sight. Oh, that's fun. My only ghost paralysis demon I've seen is my soil mechanics professor. Start an uprising for the rights of all aquatic life, forming picket lines for any place selling seafood with their telekinetic and telepathic powers. That could be a funny Octodad sequel. A few hours pass. As usual, the blizzard outside shows no signs of subsiding. The snow that's piled up on the roof falls to the ground with a loud thud. Suddenly, Mayuzumi opens her mouth.
日付変わったわ。
When I hear what she says, I look at my watch. I can't see very well because it's dark, but it looks to be around midnight. No, that was back when I was taking one of his classes. I was logged into a Zoom lecture, and because I could hear, I went back to sleep during it. I could hear the Zoom lecture, so I just had like a. When I woke up, I couldn't move, and I just saw him on the fake chalkboard writing stuff, and then standing in the middle of my room back in college.
ねえ、よもぎさん。
なんだ。
新聞があったわよね。あれ、燃やして。
The newspaper had originally been placed on the shelf. We broke the shelf into pieces for firewood, and the newspaper has since been shoved under my bed. Reach out and grab it.
すぐに燃えちまって、薪の代わりにはならないぞ。
What a creep breaking into your dorm like that. The most baffling dream was about the sentient colored pencils reenacting Tarzan. That's crazy work. I love that. That dream just made me want to eat fish before it gets right. Just don't let the octopi get sentient. Easy. Can't plant any of the apes you then.
それでもいいから燃やして。
Her voice is strong and determined, surprising from someone who looks so weak. Uni, who's been sitting right beside Yomugi, shifts his body a bit. For some reason, he looks annoyed.
そんなことするんだよ。
When she hears the question, Mayuzumi goes quiet for a moment, but
怖
then
いのよ。
she mutters.
その新聞がどうせ嘘に決まってるだろうけど、今日私たちが死ぬって書いてあるのよ。そんな悪趣味な新聞置いておきたくない。そんなことしても無駄だよ。
Uni's voice is strangely calm.
新聞を燃やしたって記事の内容が消えるわけじゃないんだ。そこに書かれていることは
Is true.
本当のことなんだから。黙れ！こんな時に悪い冗談やめて。
Mayuzumi pulls the blanket over her head as if to say that she hates everything.
本当のことなのに。
Glancing over at Uni as he continues mumbling, I open the newspaper. I want to read it once more under the moonlight, but the moon is hidden behind the clouds. Not even the smallest bit of light makes it through the window. It's so dark that I can't read the article. Just as I'm about to ask for a flashlight, I suddenly remember something. I take out the voice recorder from my pocket. I turn it on and push the switch. The display of the voice recorder lights up and glows faintly. I can use it as a lamp. Oh, okay. 3 decomposed male and female corpses found on Mount Takakura. Missing passengers from the hall crash. Oh, I guess it's a dash. Okay, fuck it. An article from the future telling us that we died. Uni said the article is real. Before, I probably would have thought it was a joke and laughed it off. But things are different now. there's a chance that the uni inside the cabin is actually the uni of the future. If so, his words have gained more credibility. New banger? Self. This newspaper may actually be real. If uni has anything to do with Sphia in 2012, it's not entirely impossible that he brought the newspaper here. I don't know how he could have done it. I don't even know if he is the one who brought it here. But if the uni of the future is here, it's not all that strange if a newspaper article from the future is here as well. I really do come up with the weirdest ideas, but because I've repeatedly experienced the unbelievable phenomenon of personality exchange, I find myself considering, I see the quote out of the corner of my eye, it's a solid wall, considering possibilities that I'd normally think impossible. It's not that I believe him, but I've come to be able to consider the possibility. I smile bitterly, thinking about how far I've come. Right now, I want hope. The words in the newspaper are words of despair. But if I think about it another way, I've actually come to gain more information about the hopeless future. The events that will happen today can be deduced from the newspaper. It may even turn out to be a big advantage. Perhaps this is the ray of hope that I've been praying for. I don't want to just sit around here and wait for death to come. If we're gonna die anyway, I would rather keep fighting until I die. Even though I'm really afraid of the threat of nature, afraid of our destiny of death, afraid of our despair, just a little hope is fine, just enough for me to stand up and face death head on. I want my parents and friends to look at my death afterward and say, Kokoro did her best. Giving myself a slight nod, I began reading the article. So as to absorb every word, every sentence, I read on with everything I've got. After reading the article for about 20 minutes, I noticed several very interesting points. I take note of them. The bodies were discovered 1 kilometer east of the Mount Akakura shelter cabin. However, due to the location being far away from the route down the mountain, the Amori police investigation into their movements on the day of their death will continue. According to the Amori Meteorological Observatory, an avalanche affecting this area of Mount Akakura occurred on January 17, 2011 at around 6:53 a.m. This article is real, then at 6:53 will be killed by an avalanche 1 kilometer east of the shelter cabin. Something seems kind of suspicious here. So suspicious that even the police were looking into it. Why would we head toward a place like that? It's exhausting just imagining a kilometer-long hike through the snow-covered mountain. Besides, we're already at our physical limit. We're about to collapse in any second. So why would we head toward a place like that? In order to go down the mountain? The article says we were away from the path down the mountain. Just in case, I turned to Yomugi to confirm it with him. Knocking on the door of hope.
もしもここから出て下山するとしたらどっちへ進みますか?
Quote hope. Yomugi answers with a surprised look on his face. That actually makes sense. Oh. I look beneath the bed. The compass that was on the shelf should also have been moved under here. I take that compass in hand. The door of the shelter cabin faces south. According to Yomugi, the way down the mountain is to head straight ahead facing south. And since we have a compass, there's no way we would get confused about which direction we're heading in. It's baffling that we, trying to find a way down the mountain, would be found a kilometer east of our current location. So why would we have hiked a kilometer in all this snow? I don't know if there is something at that particular location, but I do know what we are aiming for when we decide to go there. It was so we could be rescued. Right now, if it was me, I would do the same thing. To predict what we're going to do next, we just have to listen to our hearts. There's no doubt. The rescue we were heading there was so we could be rescued. No. Fuck. The reason we were heading there was so we could be rescued. Because our biggest goal, our only goal, is to go on living. And what exactly is there at the place where we were killed by the avalanche? Let's call it location X, 1 kilometer east of here. Why did we head toward location X to be rescued? After thinking about it for a bit, I come up with one theory. At location X, could there be relief supplies? Because they would have found other bodies if there was a rescue team. It's because there are relief supplies there? Last night, Yomagi said and the others said they ran out of the shelter cabin because they saw a helicopter. If I can take what they said to be true, someone risked their lives flying a helicopter into Mount Akakura during the blizzard. They would have done so knowing that a helicopter can't possibly land safely during a blizzard. And if you think about possible reasons for flying in such dangerous conditions, the answer is clear. The reason that the helicopter risked those conditions is to fly toward a mountain where it couldn't land, is to drop off relief supplies. That's probably what the rescue team was thinking. If there were survivors who made it out of the plane crash, then their rations and fuel would be depleted by now. If things went on like that, the survivors would perish. Because of the violent blizzard, the rescue team couldn't do anything. Still, even then, they couldn't abandon those waiting to be rescued. That's why they risked their lives flying the helicopter. By dropping rescue supplies from the air, the survivors could hold on just a little bit longer. Then, when the blizzard subsided, the rescue team could be dispatched. But it was simply bad luck. They got contacted on the phone shortly thereafter. Oh, yeah, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. I have a feeling that we're going to recursively send ourselves a kilometer east of the shelter cabin and then end up in the avalanche until I go through a different path and then unlock the secrets. It was simply bad luck. The blizzard was just too strong. Because of that, they couldn't drop the supplies near the shelter cabin. So believing that the supplies would be noticed by the survivors, they made the drop at location X. This hypothesis seems to fit. Yeah, I mean, that seems... it was a whiteout, wasn't it? At 6:53 on the 17th, we headed towards location X. There's no mistake. We went there for the same reason that I've just concluded is the case. We deduced that the drop point was 1 kilometer to the east of the cabin based on the direction the helicopter was flying. Even though I didn't see the helicopter yesterday, it most likely passed to the east, and that's why we in the future headed toward location X at dawn. And in the end, because of that decision, we were all killed by the avalanche. But it's not the same this time. Thanks to that newspaper article, I reached this hypothesis at midnight. I know that at 6:53, there will be an avalanche 1 kilometer to the east of here. I also know that at that time, we will be killed by the avalanche there. In other words, if we arrive at location X earlier than 6:53 and collect the supplies, we can get through without being caught in the avalanche. The newspaper article from the future only terrified us, but now I'm able to take advantage of it for our own benefit. I'm pretty excited by my own deductions. It feels as if I fought against fate and won. I think we just played right into the recursive loop. Crazy helicopter dead reckoning. We saw a helicopter yesterday. Or not yesterday. No, yeah, in-game yesterday. Yeah, at the beginning of day 6, because I think so. That sounds right. We saw, or we didn't. Tomogi saw it. The only guy I trust. The flame of hope burns in my chest. I can even feel strength returning in my hands and feet, which up until now could only shiver helplessly. We can do it! We can save ourselves! No, we will save ourselves. I want to let Yomagi and the others know about my reasoning, but I quickly shut my mouth. The hypothesis I came up with just now is based on the assumptions that the newspaper article is real and that Uni is actually the Uni of the future. Just making them believe those two assumptions would take until dawn. Plus, when I asked Uni whether or not he was from the future, he completely lost his composure. If he loses control again, it could cost him his life. Furthermore, if I tell them by the time I explain everything and we finally leave for location X, it could be dawn already. If that's the case, our fate will turn out exactly like in the newspaper article. I close my eyes and exhale heavily. A puff of pure white breath rises in the air. Gathering my will, I get to my feet. With everything I've got, I try to put strength back into my weakened arms and legs. My body's shivering has grown less pronounced. Perhaps my body is being warmed by the flame of hope. Placing the compass into my coat pocket, I grab the flashlight lying beside the stove, put on my gloves, and stand at the door of the shelter cabin.
どうしたんだ。
ちょっと出かけてきます。
I'm going out by myself to look for location X. That's best for us now.
バカを言うな。
Yomagi, surprised, try to get up. But with Uni lying listlessly against him, it takes him a
止めて
moment.
くれ、ユニ。
Yomagi tries to stop me as he pushes Uni out of the
江
way.
川さん、やめるんだ。自殺行為だ。外は吹雪だぞ。
Yeah, just for a little stroll, you know. It's true that there's a blizzard outside. Under normal circumstances, going out there would indeed mean certain death, but not for me. I'm going because I want to live. Oh, of course. If the Grim Reaper's scythe is waiting for me there, I'll dodge it. Fuck me, we're operating on that Souls gamer logic. Just dodge. Is that the Grim Reaper? Just don't get hit. Something I, for one, want to see her just dodge, you know? No, I'd win. I'm different. Should have teched it. Even if I have to press on, parry this, you casual. Even if I have to press on through the blizzard, even if I have to expose myself to danger, I want to save everyone.
すぐに戻ってきます。みんなが生き残れるかもしれない方法を見つけたんです。
Blizzard's only 70% accuracy. Well, that would mean that the power of what? Ice type attacks is increased. Yomagi finally pushes Uni to the side and begins making his way toward me. He reaches out his hand to grab my shoulder.
おい。
Faster than Yomagi can stop me. Thank you, Fastidious. You knew that I didn't know, and I appreciate that. I don't think I've ever read a move description. I just use them and see what happens. I burst out of the shelter cabin. I raced toward the snowfield in the night. Yomagi's voice echoes behind me.
待っていてください。
I shout through the violent winds that disturb the snow. Grim Reaper versus her. This shit. Oh, right. Little XCOM for you guys. Great reference. Always love a good XCOM thing. This, it's not even missing like a 98 or whatever that made me mad, or like that. It's shit like this. Don't aim the gun away. Have the other unit dodge. It's so stupid. It is my biggest gripe with XCOM and XCOM 2 is when they miss, they just go and just like re-aim the gun somewhere else. And it's like, why? Have the sectoid like fucking dodge or move out of the way or so. Anyway, my legendary Iron Man campaign was, when I got to it, I absolutely fucking sauced it after all the Fire Emblem I've played. I had one death because I went after the extra DLC aliens. Fuck those things. But finally beat XCOM 2 on Legendary because of it. Never felt more rage than having a 97 hit chance gun to the head and then doing that shit. Again, it's not even missing the 97 because like I recognize that like it sucks, but the 97 isn't 100. It's them moving the gun out of the way that it's like, you're doing this on purpose. Reflex stuff. Yeah, it needed something else. Yeah, don't move the gun. Oh my god. It's even worse when it was like a big angle move too. Like when you were the sniper and they like steady the sniper and then they go and shoot, but they like angle it like 45 degrees up and to the right and then fire, and it's like, are you trying to shoot down UFOs? I shout through the violent winds that disturb the snow. It's dark outside. In the darkness and the storm, with the towering peak of the mountain to the east side of the cabin in my sights, I begin moving forward. The promised land to return to. Cutting through the darkness of the night with the flashlight's beam, I advance. This anxiety. The roaring of the wind echoes in my ears. The furious dancing of the snow covers my field of vision. My whole body is already starting to go numb. Dull pain permeates the skin exposed to open air. I just push my way through the snow, continuing to move forward. The slope to the summit isn't that steep. You could call it gentle instead. With my strength at its limit like this, it's still quite a tough climb, but preferable to a sheer cliff. I resolve to think more positively than that. After trudging up the hill for a while, the ascent suddenly ends. I'm at the summit. I can't see well through the darkness and falling snow, but it's all downhill from here. That's what the newspaper article said. I checked the well, it said where our dead bodies were. It said nothing about a crate. This is the right direction. I muster my resolve and begin the descent. On my way down the slope, an unpleasant thought begins to cloud my mind. Am I doing the right thing? I thought that by going to location X well before the time written in the newspaper, I could avoid the tragedy to come. But there is a but. But is heading to location X a bad idea to begin with? By going there, am I just going to make what the newspaper foretold a reality? Yeah. Would it be better for me to stay away from location X? No, that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. I'm trying to set right what once went wrong. I'm trying to change fate. I'm trying to sever the chains of this tragedy. I really believe it. I shake my head back and forth repeatedly as though to cast off my anxiety. I'll be all right. We'll definitely survive. Damn, that's some banger. After descending for a while, I begin to see sparse trees. Beyond the trees, deep darkness spreads out like a bottomless hole. When I use the flashlight to try and illuminate the way forward, the light makes the snow cling to the trees glitter eerily. I'm scared. My earlier anxiety visits me again. An accursed history, a fated death. But I step forward once more. The snow is deep. Even taking a single step is difficult. In places where the snow is deeper, I step in and get buried up to my thighs. If I stop concentrating for even a second, I'm afraid I'm going to slip. But as I advance with determination, I find an easier way to proceed. If you move your legs after pressing the snow with your entire body, you can walk faster. Come to think of it, when we first went to the crash site, I think Yomugi walked like this as well. Is this the so-called rustling? Using my flashlight, I illuminate the watch on my wrist. It's a little past 1 o'clock. The normal walking speed of a human is around 4 kilometers per hour. In my case, my state of depleted stamina has me walking roughly a quarter of that speed. To walk about 1 kilometer east, I'll have to push on for 1 hour straight. Just thinking about it makes me want to faint. My strength continues to drop. My limbs are sluggish, heavy like logs. Moreover, sometimes I'm assailed by a strong dizziness. If I crouch down, I feel like it won't be able to get back up again. If I stop moving, the place where I stand will become my grave. Cutting through the darkness and the snowstorm with the beam of the flashlight, trying to mute the voice of terror within my mind, I advance in the snow. Did you not think about it? See, you know, even that stupid. You know what I'm thinking about? If we have a personality exchange at this point, what's Satoru gonna do? We've left him nothing to go on. Oh yeah, she's only talking about the trip there too. Great point, Fastidious. Around 30 minutes go by. I'm too tired. I crouch down on the spot. My remaining strength is nearly gone. It's not that I don't have the energy left to keep going, but even if I do reach location X by some miracle, will I still have the energy to go back? Here you go. Besides, I still hesitate. Should I head to location X? The world birthed by my actions will be a heaven overflowing with light or a hell engulfed in darkness. Can I repaint history? Or will I merely repeat it? Which is it? What awaits me on the path ahead? The thought of using up the last of my strength tinges my mind with anxiety. What should I do? Should I turn back? If I go now, I can still make it. I feel that I can. I mean, we're fucking going through with it. Keep going.
ダメよ。ここで弱気になったら、最後のチャンスなんだから。
I desperately recharge my flagged spirit and push my way through the snow. A step. A step. Another step. I hope they do this for like 30 minutes. I steadily advance. A step. A step. Thanks to my uninterrupted downward slope, it's easy to move my feet. But conversely, I fear I'll slip at any moment. With every step I take forward, the accumulating snow hardens and falls in. If I make one wrong move, I'm dead. Clinging under the trunks of trees, I carefully descend the mountain, believing that the hope of living lies ahead. Before I realize it, panting, I begin to mutter in delirium.
神様がいるならどうかお願いです。助けてくれなんて言いません。だけどお願いです。どうか見守っていてください。私頑張りますから。みんなで助かるために頑張りますから。だから
I'm neither an atheist nor a person who actually believes in the God. But I can't help but say those words aloud. There's a word for that, actually. So many intricate things have happened at the shelter cabin in Svea that I can't resolve them as coincidence. Some of what has occurred seems supernatural, like it must have been planned by God. If there is someone watching my struggles from above, I want to say, I'll fight. An unbreakable resolution. I want to fight. So it's not that I'm asking you to please hold out a helping hand, but just please be kind enough to watch over me. But I know God is cruel. It's the infinity loop dialogue. Oh, determined fate. Okay. An hour has passed since I started walking. Let's see what this link is. Yes, I'll die. Yeah, I mean, he's fucked. By my own estimation, I've walked a kilometer. Suddenly, the grove of trees comes to an end and a small open area appears in front of me. It's too dark to see from here, but it seems that the ridge gate gets steeper ahead. The avalanche probably originated on this higher peak. According to the newspaper, we came here in the future and were killed by the avalanche at this spot. However, since there's still time before the occurrence of the avalanche. A vision is poor due to the blizzard. We've made up these fucking... Hello! Welcome in! We've made up these relief supplies. Hello, Wombat! I hope you're well. Hi there, welcome to a hell of a game. I hope Ocarina of Time's going well. I assume it was a randomizer. And hello, little tiny turtle. We have dismissed that claim. Oh boy. If you guys don't know what this is a game called Remember11. It's a visual novel by two guys. Well, there's probably more, but two main writers, Uchikoshi of Zero Escape fame and Isomnium, and Nakazawa of games I don't know that Yosh could probably list out. It was a rando, and the rando has hands. They got good. They got rough luck in the randomizer. Oh, that's too bad. I finished my second seed and started an evil one. One of these days, I need to go and do some. It'll be off stream, but I want to do some RE1 remake and RE2 remake randomizers. I feel like that could be like a fun thing to do on a Saturday. I get bored during the day. IO and root double. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I hope you're able to beat the evil seed. If you need to, like, you know, de-stream, go like eat, shower, bathe, I don't know, walk a dog, walk a cat, walk a hedgehog, anything you gotta do, please do. I understand. And thank you for your rate. Thank you for the rate. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading now, but thank you very much. Welcome in. Walk your fish. That'd be a little tough. Be doubly tough now, but got to do some things. I'm gonna lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Never played a Zelda game before, so I'm watching Wombat was fun. I used to say that, and then a little ways close to the end of last year, I guess in the last third or whatever, I started with Zelda 1, and now we're on Ocarina of Time. Slowly but surely. I used the flashlight to illuminate my surroundings as I frantically searched for the emergency supplies. They must have been dropped using a parachute. I'm sure they'd have used colors that would help it stand out. I searched with all my might, but... Enjoy your lurk. Of course they're not here! Completely aghast, I sink to my knees. Was there an error in my reasoning? Or had it not been reason, but merely delusion from the start? I like the phone call idea. No, I don't know anything. Only the reality that there's nothing at this location X is thrust before me. God is so cruel. I think that from the bottom of my heart. He gave me hope and then snatched it away again mercilessly. The snow is falling harder by the second. If I stay here like this, I'll die. You know what? Never back down, never surrender. Search a bit longer. We're committed to this. We've come too far. We're not turning back now. We're committed. They have to be here somewhere. These supplies we've come up with. Yeah, we've made it here. There's like giving up now. It's too late to give up. There's no way I could just turn back when I finally found the resolve to come here, facing death every step of the way. Agreed. If I go back, sooner or later we'll all just die. In that case, no matter what danger I have to face, it's better to search for the relief supplies. I need to take the gamble. This gamble, if it raises our chances of survival even the slightest bit. I stand up. I push into the grove with my flashlight in hand. Maybe they were caught in a tree? Or maybe they got buried by the snow. Carefully combing the area, I search for the emergency supplies. The blowing snow and wind begin to increase in force. My vision is gradually going white. I continue to push my way through the snow, feeling like I'm about to cry. I feel like I've been doing this for about an hour. I suddenly hear a voice. Oi. Yeah, and here's how everyone dies. Yomigi's voice? But what is he doing here? Thinking it's just an auditory hallucination, I look around frightened. No, it isn't an illusion. I'm sure I can hear Yomigi's voice. My vision obscured by a veil of snow, I rely on the light from my flashlight to search for Yomigi. Suddenly, he appears from within the snowstorm. He walks over to me, staggering. Maybe he'll find them for us. True, a second set of eyes will help. Thanks, Yomigi-san. Did you bring anyone else? Come here often, Mountain Man?
足跡を追ってきたんだが、いろいろあって遅くなった。
Yomagi forces his whiskery face into a smile.
避難小屋へ戻るんだ。吹雪がこれ以上強くならないうち。
Oh. Smiling, he collapses to the snow.
よもぎさん、どうしたんですか？
As I help Yomagi up, I swallow heavily. There's a deep laceration in his leg. When I look closely, I see traces of blood on the snow where he stood. As if telling me not to worry, Yomagi waves his
ちょっ
hand.
とドジっちゃってさ、君の足跡を見失って。
That's interesting. That's slightly different than what the avalanche would... maybe not. Maybe.
探しているうちに滑落しちまった。運悪く枝が刺さってね。
Ooh.
プロ失格だな。
His face distorts in pain. The wound is fairly deep.
私のせいですね。私が勝手に小屋を飛び出したりするから。ごめんなさい。
You're a pro in my heart, Mountain Man. Yeah, it is kind of our fault, Kokoro.
ごめんなさい。
Shouldn't have searched those supplies. Is this my fault? Probably, yeah. I feel like I'm about to start crying for my own stupidity. Not only did I not find the relief supplies, Yomagi has been injured because of me.
でも
さあ、早く小屋へ帰るんだ。吹雪が強くなる前に。体力が少しでも残っているうちに。
Yomagi's eyes stare into mine, full of strong determination.
一人で。
Oh,
一人でってよもぎさんはどうするんですか？
僕は足手まといになる。だから置いていけ。
そんなことできません。
行くんだ。
Yomagi yells in a voice powerful enough to make me doubt he's even wounded at all. I flinch reflexively, faltering.
僕と一緒じゃ助からない。一人で行くんだ。吹雪にあっても道を失わないように木にナイフで傷をつけてやる。その後とコンパスを使えば無事に帰れるはずだ。だから早く。
I shake my head like a spoiled child.
嫌です。
わがまま言ってる場合か。
何と言われても嫌です。よもぎさんを置いてはいけません。私のせいでよもぎさんが死んじゃうなんて、そんなの耐えられない。
Yomagi looks
頼
troubled.
むよ。言うことを聞いてくれ。何も僕を見殺しにしろと言ってるわけじゃない。僕も死にたくはないさ。雪山ではよくあることなんだ。怪我人は雪道にビバークさせて置いていく。そして救助隊にこの場所を伝えてくれればいいんだ。全滅しないための知恵だよ。
God, I'm glad he's good at this.
でも
I look at Yomagi's leg. The bleeding seems to have stopped for the most part, but a small trickle of blood continues to ooze out. Even I can tell that he's not likely to make it to morning at this rate. And on top of that, if I leave him here, Yomagi will get caught in the avalanche. Today, it's 6:53 a.m. An avalanche will occur here. I place my hand on Yomagi's side and try to help him stand.
湯川さん、
連れて行きます。一緒に帰りましょ
何と言ったらわかるんだ。
う。何度言われてもわかりません。よもぎさんの言う方法が正しいのかもしれないけど、でも私にはできない。できるわけない。
There's no way I could just leave him out here in the freezing field after getting him involved in my reckless
よもぎ
actions.
さんが一緒にいてくれないなら、私もここに残ります。
湯川さん、
You forgot there was an avalanche scheduled by the newspaper for 6:53? It's not like you mentioned it every 2 minutes for the last 12 minutes. An avalanche located somewhere within this mountain happening exactly at 6:53 a.m.? It's dangerous. Watch out for it. Look. Ugh. There was no way we could know. I'm not going to say that every moment of every Uchikoshi game has my favorite writing ever in it, but they usually do have good twists. That's why we're here. Somewhere with, yeah, exactly. Oh, exactly. There's no way we could have known. Putting strength into my unsteady legs, I tried to help Yomugi stand up. However, my knees give out instantly, causing me to stumble. I have no power to put into them.
平気です。これくらい。
To be fair, if I was there, I would also think of this avalanche. You know, I mean, to be fair, very true. I slap my shaking knees repeatedly. Please, do what I tell you. I grit my teeth and once again help Yomugi to his feet, wiping away my tears.
行きましょう。ユニたちも心配してます。
I speak to him as cheerfully as I can. Yomugi shakes his head in resignation and leans against me. I pass him the flashlight. I support Yomugi as he shines the flashlight forward, and together we advance in the snowstorm. Helping the injured Yomugi walk is harder than I imagined. It's fine when we were on level ground, but once we reach a sloping hill, it became hard to continue. Even so, I support Yomugi with all my strength and begin climbing. Relying on the trail markings that Yomugi had made, we push up the hill at a crawl. Even at gunpoint. A wave of fatigue washes over me. I'm struck with a strong dizziness. It's difficult to move my arms and legs. Yomugi's weight against my shoulder gets heavier with each step I take. The blizzard's getting even stronger. My vision begins to close in as well. Wanting to check the compass, I reach a hand into my pocket. At that moment, the snow under my feet collapses. My balance lost, we tumble into the snow. My body rocks as though I've been caught and shaken hard by a giant. I scream, but even that sound is swallowed by the snow. I fall down the slope of the snow-covered hill. Buried in the snow, I begin to lose consciousness. I hear a voice from somewhere. Gotta watch out for those ledges. Uh-oh. F. Is that Uni's voice? Am I finally dead? So is this just a dream? I slowly open my eyes, feeling something shining intensively upon me. Feeling an intense glare, I open my eyes. Uni is standing right in front of me. His clothes are covered in snow. Tears quickly start to well up in those perfectly round eyes. The one who answers isn't Uni, but someone else.
あんたたちだけで下山しようって魂胆だったんでしょ。眉住さん、出し抜こうったってそうはいかないわよ。
Through lips that have turned purple and tremble with the cold, Mayuzumi grunts out her complaints.
まあ、私たちが追ってこられるように印をつけてた点は褒めてやってもいいけどね。そんなつもりじゃ。
I try to raise my body. Immediately, a violent surge of pain runs through my right leg. Please don't show me like a mangled leg. I don't want to see that. Glad all of them could make it.
骨が折れてるみたいなんだ。
I squeeze my eyes for a while to try and endure it, but...
そうだ。よもぎさんはあんたの隣で仲良く寝てたわ。ひょっとしたらこのままじゃやばいかも。体が氷みたいに冷たいから。
Mayuzumi's shoulders slump and a small sigh escapes her. This might be her way of showing that she's worried. Yomagi is lying behind me. His face is as pale as a corpse's. Well, probably is because he's probably a corpse at this point. The wound on his leg is completely frozen over. Still shivering, Mayuzumi opens her mouth.
で、ここからどうやって下山すればいいの？
Oh, we don't. This is the wrong way.
そのつもりだったんでしょ？違うんです。下山するならこっちじゃなくて。
I suddenly notice. The night sky is getting brighter. Dawn is near. I look at my watch. The hands point to
6時53分。
6:53. My vision blurs. The ground that's been supporting me disappears. Zero gravity. No, this is an earthquake. An unbelievably huge tremor. It feels almost as if heaven and earth are going to invert. I can't stand up. It takes everything I have just to cling to the ground. It's enough to make me wonder if the entire world will break apart. But before long, it settles so quickly that it's like it completely disappears. Dawn at the final day. She went here because of a newspaper. I don't know if we're gonna get the option to. Oh, zero. No, to be more accurate, the sound of the snowstorm continues as before. To me, it feels like all the other sounds have been swallowed by the earth. I sit in place, dazed and petrified, and the time comes.
何言ってんのよ。雪崩が来る。は？
Uni tries to lift me up. I looked in the direction of the ridge. White smoke is approaching with raging force. Oh, a cutscene. I push Uni in the direction of the grove and, at the same time, I'm swallowed by the huge wave of snow. The moment it hits me, I see it. Uni has fallen into the shadow of a large tree. As I'm blown away by the enormous impact, I pray for Uni to be safe. That's how Uni survives. Hopefully things are going better. We haven't seen Satoru in a while. I'm kind of nervous about that. It is an infinity loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to try turning back at the grove and then halfway. And then we're going to then probably have to make a different decision when it comes to the whole saving Uni fucking plot set. Let's go here first. Think this one? I turn back. I decide to turn back. I think that I should return while I can still move. My weak heart whispers to me, you've already given it everything you've got. Just get some rest. Once you do, you'll feel a lot more relaxed. Even standing up is a hassle. If I lie down here, I'll probably fall asleep and die. I'm sure my body would freeze. And then I'd probably be preserved beautifully in that form until spring came. I'm tempted to just lie down on the beautiful snow and go to sleep. But I quickly shake my head to drive away that sweet temptation and stand back up. I can't die here. I'm worried about Uni and Yomagi back at the shelter cabin. If I don't go back, they might come looking for me. I don't want to expose them to danger. I take out the compass. My hands are shaking from the cold, so it's hard to focus on the needle. I keep my left hand still with my right. I start heading westward. I have to get back, no matter what. To the shelter cabin. Gonna circulate through an incident after all. Nope, the shadow that couldn't live. I'm just gonna make, you know, on my linear time sheet, this one comes after the one we just died at. So good luck deciphering this, future me. I walk on with all my might in a snowstorm so bad I can't even see as far as my toes. Relying solely on the compass, I just keep moving straight ahead. I don't even have the energy to look at my watch. My vision is blurred, my thoughts vague. I gradually stop feeling cold, and that's the scariest thing of all. I've heard that when I can't take the cold anymore, I'll start to hallucinate. The snow will feel unbearably hot, making me take off my clothes. Then I'll collapse half crazed in the snow and die. Imagining that sort of end makes a chill run down my spine. The slope ends eventually, and I reach the top of the hill. Just a little more. When I reach the bottom of the hill, I'll be able to see the shelter cabin. I confirm where I'm going with the compass and begin my descent down the snow-covered hill. At that instant, the snow collapses under my feet. My balance lost, I tumble into the snow. My body rocks as though I've been caught and shaken hard by a giant. I scream, but even the sound is swallowed by the snow. I fall down the slope of the snow-covered hill. And you'll see the hat, man. I lie in the snow for a while. The snow feels very warm. I want to go to sleep like this, but a glare wakes me. The flashlight I'm gripping is shining on my face. It's a miracle I hadn't dropped it. No, it's a miracle that I'm alive at all. I try to stand, I stagger, but there's no intense pain. I try moving my arms and legs slightly. It doesn't seem like I broke any bones. The snow is thick and acted as a cushion. I brush away the snow that stuck to my face. Even my eyelashes and eyebrows are frozen. When I rub them with my gloves, grains of ice fall from them. If guided by some kind of homing instinct, I unconsciously start to walk. Using the flashlight, I illuminate the area. Beyond my field of vision, obstructed by the snow, something reflects the light. It looks like a skin-colored cloth. No fucking way. I instinctively run. This is pretty far from location X. Maybe it got caught by the wind and carried here. I shine the beam of the flashlight down at the cloth spread out on the snow. Oh, it's a body. It's not relief supplies. It's a woman. A woman I've never seen before. Maybe don't eat this. Yes, that's a good idea. Hello, ma'am. There's no answer. Pulling on the tips with my mouth, I take off my glasses. I reach out and touch the back of the prone woman's neck. Was she with us on the plane? Why hasn't the snow covered her? Could it possibly be that when I fell down just now, her body was uncovered? I put my gloves back on. I take hold of the flashlight. Straining my eyes, I can see the shadow of the cabin far away. I apologize to the corpse of the woman, and at the same time I think to myself, I won't end up like her. I muster my little remaining strength and begin walking toward the cabin. Frost lass. Hello, I'm cold. I return to the shelter cabin. Uni greets me with an anxious face and runs up to meet me. While apologizing to Uni, I fall to my knees on the spot. I can't so much as move a finger. Went out for a wee walk. Uni wipes the snow off my body. I slowly remove the coat with my trembling hands and throw it aside. Uni restlessly looks around. He calls out to Mayuzumi, who's curled up on the top bunk bed. Mayuzumi looks down at him, openly annoyed. As Uni's unexpectedly strong tone, Mayuzumi looks daunted.
なんで私が
She reluctantly takes off her coat and tosses it over. Uni drapes it over my shoulders. After that, he piles a blanket on top of me as well. Mayuzumi, having parted with her coat, wraps herself more tightly in her blanket. Most of our winter clothing got wet during the march through the snow the other day. We tried to dry it out inside the cabin, but it froze solid instead. We don't have any other coats. I feel a little apologetic.
火に当たらなきゃダメだよね。何か燃えるもの。
I can't do anything but shiver. Right now, this little boy seems more reliable to me than ever before. I feel gratitude for him from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Uni.
そうだ。
Uni goes down to the basement. He comes back up carrying a first aid kit and a box of waterproof matches. He takes out scissors and tape from the kit. And then, who knows what he's thinking, he starts cutting up the blanket
ユニ、何するの？
till the wind chill gets you. I feel like inside the cabin will be okay for the wind chill, but we've got all sorts of other issues. What the hell? How did I cut the shit out of myself? All right, we're fine.
この毛布を燃やすんだ。こら、リンも手伝って。だから、なんで私がそんなことを？どうせお前も一緒に温まるんだろ。手伝ったっていいじゃん。
Reacting to the words warm up, Mayuzumi gets down from the bed. Since she isn't wearing a coat, she seems awfully cold.
何すればいいわけ？めんどくさいことは嫌よ。僕が裂いた毛布を春巻きみたいにギュッと丸めて、そしたら毛布がほどけないように端をテーピングで留めて。なんでそんなことを？聖司が教えてくれたんだ。リンが新聞燃やしてって言った時、新聞もね、固く絞れば薪の代わりになるんだって。1枚だけじゃ無駄だけどさ、きっと毛布も同じだよ。ぎゅっと固めれば薪の代わりになる。たく。
Cursing under her breath, she obediently helps him. Their work progresses with astonishing speed. Before my eyes, they manage to roll up over a dozen blanket logs. Uni throws them into the stove and heads towards his bed. He lifts his plush bear, TB, which had been lying there on its side.
大好きだったよ。
He gazed into the round eyes of the bear and embraces it sorrowfully.
ごめんね。許してね。
Oh. Upon saying that, Uni steels himself and sets fire to the bear.
平気。黙って見てて。
RIP TV. 2011 to 2011, or I guess 20XX to 2011. TB is made of cotton. It quickly catches on fire. Uni sadly bites his lip. Uni is burdening his treasured stuffed animal, which had made it back to him across this frozen land for my sake. I'm sorry. I feel awful. Uni puts the burning toy into the stove. It serves as a spark and the blanket kindling flares up.
さあ、心。火に当たって。体温めて。
For a moment, I recall what Yomigi told us about hypothermia. If in a state of hypothermia, don't immediately warm the hands and feet. I somehow calm myself down and try to check the state of my body. My condition doesn't appear to be as severe as Uni's was the other night. Which means this shouldn't have become hypothermia yet. If so, I'd better warm my body to prevent frostbite. I hold my hands out toward the stove while being careful not to touch the fire. My nearly frozen fingertips pulse and blood gradually begins to flow through them again. My continuously shivering body starts to loosen up. It seems like it's absorbing the thermal energy. The kindling made from the rolled up blankets burns slower than its first flare, warming me. Of course, it goes without saying that Mayuzumi is drawn near the fire with a look of desperation as well.
ありがとう、ユニ。無事でよかった。
Now would be a perfect time to, like, you know, unfreeze the coats. I accept some water heated by the fire from Uni and drink it in one gulp, and maybe preparing a bunch more water. Mayuzumi stares at me with eyes full of greed. As I'm finally feeling comfortable, Uni speaks up in an anxious voice.
心聖司は一緒じゃない
Oh, we're still gonna die. Come to think of it, I hadn't noticed since I was occupied with the coal, but Yomugi isn't in the shelter cabin.
天城さんはどこ行ったの？心を探しに行ったんだよ。
But holding her hand over the stove, Mayuzumi continues the subject Uni
あんた
raised.
が飛び出していくから血相変えて出てったわよ。行き違いになったんじゃない？そんな。
I looked out the window. The fierce snowstorm is still raging on, and within it is Yomugi, still searching for me. I forced energy into my legs and staggered to my feet. I head for the cabin's door.
見に行かなきゃダメ。
Uni weakly holds me back as I try to open the
そ
door.
んなに弱った体で出てったら今度こそ心死んじゃうよ。ねえ、待とう。聖司を信じよう。
I crouch down, thunking against the floor.
このままじゃ私のせいでよもぎさんが。
Because I did something so reckless, Yomugi might become a victim
よ
too.
もぎさん。
I want him to come back soon, as if laughing at me for thinking that the storm grows stronger. After a while, the sounds of the blizzard suddenly
ね
stops.
え。
The fire in the stove went out long ago. Mayuzumi, back in the blanket on her own bed, tilts her
な
head.
んかあったかくない？
Is it? I don't feel anything. My body has nearly ceased feeling differences in temperature. Is it because I stayed out too long in a cold place? I feel cold wherever I am. My still shivering body is proof of that.
雪が止んだからじゃない？
Mayuzumi tilts her head repeatedly. No, who cares about that? If the storm has let up, I have to go look for Yomugi. I try to stand. The instant I get up, my legs buckle.
ダメだよ、無理しちゃう。
I realize that I'm weaker than I thought.
よもぎさんを。
Uni lays a blanket over my
雪
shoulders.
が止んだんだから聖司もすぐ戻ってくるよ。ね、だから待とう。
What Uni says is right. Rather than acting foolishly and creating another problem, it's better to wait. Yomugi's a pro when it comes to mountains. He'll definitely be alright. Sure. Of course he will. Yeah. But even after waiting an astoundingly long time, Yomugi doesn't come back. Okay. Hey, it's the lighter sounds. Oh yeah, very normal. Keep in mind, this is a fan translation. A very good one, but okay. Yeah, something to remember, I guess, as well. In the middle is where you get the stuff that's just plain questionable. Little Inferno just for me. Poor TB. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. I'm gonna leave you with Hopper. Ugh. Who's like, just. Is he tall enough? He doesn't sit as well as Fisher does. There he is. His eyes are kind of... He's doing a little peek. I'll be right back. Ugh. Hello. I'm glad you guys enjoyed his little peak stream. I continued staring at the face of my wristwatch. The second hand carves away the seconds one after another. Inside the deathly silent cabin, those hands alone are awfully loud. Yomugi is yet to return. Uni, who's been encouraging me until only a while ago, has sunk into a deep depression. Uni is worried after all. In any case, he's much too late. Did something happen to Yomugi? Although I don't want to believe anything happened, if he did meet with some misfortune, it would be my fault. Feelings of inconsolable guilt begin to tear apart my body as I think about that. I grasp my watch with both hands. If the newspaper is right, then the time at which the avalanche will occur is quickly approaching. If I remember correctly, 6:53. Not even 2 hours left. It'll take slightly under an hour to get to location X no matter how much I hurry. If Yomugi had some accident that left him unable to move, and if his condition led him to seek help at location X, I won't make it unless I leave this cabin right now. Yomugi would get caught up in the avalanche and die. My body is more or less warmed up, and I even got to drink something warm. However, there's no guarantee I'll make it there again if I head for location X, even though I warm myself up. Decomposed corpses. It has been confirmed that the 3 bodies sustained many lacerations in an avalanche. I go over that sentence from the newspaper in my mind. What's end? What do I do? What should I do? Hey, Satoru, what would you do? Something must be wrong with me trying to rely on Satoru at a time like this. If I were Satoru, if it were Satoru, he'd be able to come up with the best course of action while maintaining his composure. To me, Satoru is a person who I can put my confidence in. Satoru, what should I do? Uni is hugging his knees and crying. Uni's words are the trigger. That's right. What am I hesitating for? Let's all return together. Not leaving a single person behind to die, we'll all return together. That's what we promised. And besides, it was Yomugi who brought me to this cabin right after the crash while I was still unconscious. These past 7 days, he saved us time and again. If he hadn't been here, he wouldn't have survived this long. We wouldn't have survived this long. It's true that there's no guarantee I'll be able to return safely even if I leave now. But hadn't Yomugi gone out in order to save me, even though he wasn't certain that he'd be able to return safely? For me to abandon him despite that. Oh. This time I'll be the one to save him. I stand up again full of spirit. On my feet, I check over the state of my body. See you, Sir Wombat. Have a lovely rest of your night. My feet aren't unsteady. They're supporting my body properly. It's okay. I can walk. Confirming that, I move to the door.
ちょっとどこ行くの？山木さんを探してきます。無茶よ。ここで待ってるべきだわ。心、ダメだよ。
It's a good night for my Azumi fans.
ありがとう。ユニのおかげで温まった。眉住さんとユニはここを動かないで。
Yeah, when Lin and Uni are agreeing, you know you're doing something stupid. Hey, Oddball. Hit video game Remember11. This is the one. The snowstorm that plagued us continuously has stopped like it never existed to begin with. It begins to grow brighter from the east. The settling snowstorm is convenient for me. This will make it easier to spot Yomugi as well. With things like this, I might reach the area a kilometer east of the cabin, location X, more quickly than before. Yomugi must be somewhere between here and that place. Yomugi-san, please be safe. Oh my fucking god, that's so bright. Okay. Praying with all my might, I take my first step into the snow. I begin running up the gentle upslope leading all the way to the summit. It's the second time today, and on top of that, my physical strength is nearing its limit. So I quickly run out of breath. The gentle slope feels steep and endless. I trip in the snow and fall countless times, but even so, I continue crawling forward. Great. I look back toward the voice and see Uni and Mayuzumi following me. They probably flew out here in a panic as Mayuzumi isn't even wearing a coat. If those two come to Location X as well, then this will all be meaningless. It'll be just like what's written in the newspaper. I shout at them as forcefully as I can and once again begin fiercely climbing up the slope. The sky above the outline of the ridges is dyed a light orange. It's dawn. I have to hurry. Icicle murder weapon. Bum 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 bum. Urging my own body onward, I'm somehow able to climb to the top of the slope. Unable to stand any longer, I crouch down, almost falling over. My heart is beating furiously and my chest feels very tight, as though the claw of an eagle is gripping it. Closing my eyes, I hurriedly try to control my breathing. I wipe the sweat from my forehead. I yell in a hoarse voice, trying to cheer myself on. I swallow my saliva to help moisten my dry throat. Blood has been spilled this night. I put my strength into my numb and shaking legs, raise my head slowly, open my eyes, and look up at the path ahead of me. What? Before my eyes is an ocean stretching across the horizon. The smell of the tide is carried on the wind. Is this an illusion? Even though it's an illusion, the smell of the tide tickles my nose. White waves surge toward the coast. I can see the horizon far off in the distance too. And from there, the first rays of the sunrise are beginning to peep out. No, this isn't an illusion. The rays of the rising sun shine dazzlingly upon my body. Did I transfer? Thinking that, I looked back. Behind me, there's a large mortar-shaped depression cut into the ground. There's nothing resembling a mountain to be seen anywhere. In the middle of this depression is the cabin we've been staying in. Uni and Mayuzumi are desperately trying to catch up with me. I haven't transferred. I'm still at Mount Akakura. I haven't switched bodies either. I'm still Fuyukawa Kokoro right now, but... What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this ocean? When I headed to Location X just a few hours ago, there was no ocean like this here. If you climb to the top, it's supposed to continue in a downward slope the rest of the way. I'm sure of it, because I actually went to Location X, where I thought the emergency supplies had been dropped. The entire kilometer before Location X should be all a continuous snowy mountain. But then, why an ocean? First of all, this is Mount Akakura, 1,298 meters above sea level. There shouldn't be an ocean here. There's no way there can be. Thinking logically, no. It's a bigger problem than that. I made a mistake somewhere. Something's wrong. This is crazy. Does this mean that the space-time is distorted and that Mount Akakura is now connected to another place? The boundary of the place... Oh, man. Get snow blindness. Bonsai. We love Ocean. Ocean best character. Ocean's 11. Coincidence? I think not. The boundary of the place where we are right now is a complete 180 turn from the real world. It's as if another world is spread out before me. I fall to my knees. The limit of my comprehension has been exceeded. The world is broken. The things I thought were absolute have completely fallen apart. What is reality? What is fiction? Is there any such thing as reality in this world in the first place? I don't understand anything. Before I know it, Uni has caught up with me. Seeing the ocean, his eyes widen. He cheers and continues running down the slope.
行っちゃダメよ。
We shouldn't do anything carelessly when we don't know what's going on. Uni runs to the coast.
リオ、これ
Mayuzumi adjusts her suit, has completely forgotten about the cold, and stands there dumbfounded. Stumbling, she follows Uni down the slope.
行っちゃダメ。
Panicking, I follow the two of them.
まゆずみさん。
What the fuck is going on? Catching up to Mayuzumi just before the coast, I cling to her.
なんで海が
Hey, Mike, you love the ocean? I have mixed feelings right now about the water.
わかりません。わかりませんけど。
I have a bad feeling about this. A vague feeling of anxiety. Something's happening. Something that can't compare with anything that's happened up until now. That's what it feels like.
どういうことよ。
Mayuzumi gets closer to me instead.
ここは山の上じゃなかったの？私にもわかりません。ねえ、すっごく冷たいよ。本物の海だよ。
Uni shouts in surprise as he scoops up water from the
ダメ
beach.
よ。海触っちゃダメ。
Why I think he shouldn't touch it, I don't understand myself. We don't know its true nature. That's why I feel like we shouldn't get near it.
ねえ、戻りましょう。何言ってんの？海岸沿いに歩いて行けば街に出られるわよ。
Just go here earlier. Actually, I think the one thing making this ocean a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 is that Mayuzumi is here. Ocean of Apprehension. Yo! I didn't realize that this game inspired Death Stranding. I haven't even played Death Stranding. I just know that the shore is a word they throw out there.
なんでもっと早くそれに気づかなかったのよ。
Great. Honestly, valid question, Mayuzumi.
あんな寒い小屋で1週間も。
Kojima's a Remember11 fan?
バカみたいじゃない。
I frantically shake my head.
違うの。
There wasn't an ocean here just a few hours
違
ago.
うのよ。
I love that song. Oh, what song? Mayuzumi suddenly gasps.
まさか
Oh, she said Baka. Oh, I didn't hear Bakamitai. Okay, I didn't hear it this time. I heard it the first time you made the joke.
あのおっさん一人で逃げたんじゃ。だから違うの。
Ma'am, there's water here now.
何が違うのよ。こんな海ついさっきまでなかったのよ。
Perhaps pressured by my frantic appearance, Mayuzumi tilts her head, a dubious expression on her face.
じゃあよもぎさんはどこへ行ったの？
That's right, where did Yomugi go? Yomugi followed me to location X and never returned. And now, location X has disappeared. Stretching in front of my eyes is a vast ocean. Where did Yomugi go? It couldn't be. Is he somewhere in this
そう
ocean?
でしょ。
Frightened, I stumbled and fall onto the snowy shore. Because if anything happened to Yomugi, it'd be my fault. At that
誰
moment,
か来るよ。
my head shoots up in response to Yuni's voice. Along the coast, I see the silhouette of a person running towards us. They're still far away, so I can't see them that well, but it has to be Yomugi. Does it? Does it though? Feeling relieved deep down inside, I stand up. I start dashing towards the silhouette. We're gonna get fucking stabbed. I shout at the top of my lungs as I run. I run. The sunrise shines in on us. The light is strong enough to blind me. Violent waves are drawn in from the sea, and silver white snow sparkles in the sunlight. The silhouette approaches from within the glittering light. Little by little, the outline of the figure becomes clearer, and then I suddenly
よもぎ
notice.
さん
Not only that, is Yomogi that slender? It's the lady that we found in the snow. I stopped dead in my tracks. As I shield my eyes from the sunlight with one hand, they suddenly freeze on what they see.
あなたは
No! That isn't Yomogi. That's... I gasp. It's auto-scrolling. My voice trembles. My heart throbs so intensively that it feels like it'll pop out. My body stiffens as I open my eyes wide.
あなた
Just fucking spit it out. A person who shouldn't be here. Oh my fucking lord.
サトル
The one I've always wanted to see. The one whose words I wanted to hear, spoken in his own voice. Even though we haven't spoken even once, it feels like he's the person I'm closest to. A partner who's more reassuring than anyone. A companion who I can believe in more than anyone. A friend I feel closer to than anyone. The one I've always wanted to see. But this can't be real. There's no way this can be really happening. We shouldn't be able to meet here. Yukido Satoru. He exists right in front of me. It's almost like this is a Deus Ex Machina. To me, this is an event equivalent to a miracle from God. Satoru stops running and stares at me breathlessly. Satoru and I face each other on the beach, illuminated by the morning sun.
なんでサトルがここに
I barely am able to get those words out. Is the Satoru standing in front of me real? Is what I'm looking at right now real? Is this world real? Satoru is looking at me in surprise as well. But then he suddenly nods his head repeatedly, as if he understands everything.
そうかやはりそういうことなのか
It's the first time I've heard his voice. His words. But it doesn't feel real. This world lacks anything that's real.
サトルねえどうして
話は後だ
My voice is interrupted by a stern expression.
急がないと大変なことになる
Oh, great.
大変
What are you saying? What do you mean? Tell me. Tell me, Satoru.
お前たちはここで待ってるんだ
You guys? What do you mean by you guys? Oh, the people I've spent this whole week in the shelter cabin with. Turning my head, Mayuzumi and Yuni are there. The two of them stand there dumbfounded, their eyes fixed on Satoru. Can't wait to see two Yunis. Satoru suddenly breaks into a run.
待ってどこ行くのよ
Satoru doesn't turn around even when I call to him. He's getting farther and farther away. Satoru is leaving. His back is getting farther and farther away. He's going to leave me behind. No. I don't want that. Don't leave me behind. Don't leave me alone.
待ってってば
ついてくるな
His words don't enter my ears. With only the feeling of not wanting to be left behind, I chased after Satoru's back. Because even if this isn't reality, the only one I can rely on now is Satoru. Satoru is to me an inseparable existence, unable to part from one another like twins sharing the same fate. That's why I absolutely won't miss my chance. I won't let him go. I'll follow him. I'll chase him. In search of the other half I've lost, I'll keep chasing after him, no matter where he is. That's right. Exceeding light. Exceeding infinity. I'll loop. What? Oh my god. So that's not the end. Don't fuck with me. I know how this works. There's like 3 more endings we have to get to the real ones, and then we get a true ending. Ugh. Man, what the fuck? Why is this is why Taylor, what do you think's going on right now? I don't fucking know. Now it's clear. Any thoughts? The music's a banger. What did I miss? The unpatched version, this entire scene is dead silent. Interesting. Hi, Hawkeye. Made for a time to read. You have sound? Tighten the trench coat. You should wear it more often. It's the guy from Sphere. Good music for it and setting the mood. I played it without the patch. I must prefer this scene with the music. And the music, I like the music. The silence was eerie in a way that matched the confusion of the scene better. I think the music matched the confusion of the scene better for me. But teach their own. My brain might be breaking. Yeah, it's normal, don't worry. To Remember11, Kokoro. She's down recklessly. You're there. Thoughts on our Lord and Savior Ocean? It's water. What are you talking about? This is the credits? Oh, cool. Then you know what we'll do? For the last hour of stream, we'll play something else, and I'll never open this game ever again. What else could you possibly want? How could this be the end? Now it's clear. Maybe it's Maybelline. Genius Researcher asked me to share the tier list I made when I saw the credits. Yeah, go for it. Send it. How many remembers are there? Like, I don't know, 11 of them. There's one of two things is gonna happen. All right, you know, I'll give you the fucking. Let me read this tier list, and then I'll tell you what I'm gonna say. Little Angel, Baby Picture, Hawk Guy, Granny Mountain Man, Frost, Lasselar, Heart No Brain, Mr. Corpse, Ninja Princess. Be careful, don't let Yoshi hear you. Put Ninja Princess and B. Oh, hold on. Within the Cage. Okay, great. Fucking God, fucking damn it. Please save and keep this save forever. Hold on. $59 and $60, just in case I overwrite one of them. D Ocean, Gaslighting Lady, Hospital Butcher, Sad Uni. It's a good tier list. I like that Ocean's on it. I like that Ocean's at D tier. Why didn't I save it to 11? I don't know. I might need 11. Ocean still cracks me up. It just I want to throw hands with D tier. You know, I just like Within the Cage. So there's like one or two things that's going to happen as we keep playing through this. One, this game is either Yoshi's favorite because it has the most just mind-melting, ridiculous twist ever. And he just likes watching other people suffer through it like he did when he went through it. Or B, they're going to hit me with like all of the facts and I'm going to be like, damn, I'm stupid for not even realizing that that this whole time. And I don't think it's B. Is there a Kaiser Reich mod for this? I enjoyed it regardless of his mother. Hey, those two things are statistically independent events. What's an IO? Now I know to just remove IO from the list. July 20th, weather sunny.
眩しい陽光が風鈴の音が子供たちのはしゃぎ声が夏を彩っている。こうしていると雪山にいたことが悪い夢だったように思える。あまりにも過酷な 真冬の夜の夢。しかし確かに私は飛行機の墜落事故に巻き込まれ、遭難して1週間を避難小屋で過ごした。そのことを今も私の足に小さく残る凍傷の跡が物語っている。そして私は人格交換も体験した。私はスフィアにも同時に存在したのだ。白チュームでも妄想でもないと今ならばはっきりと言える。あの悪夢のような1週間、私はあの小屋にいて、そしてスフィアにもいた。ユにもヨモギさんもまゆずみさんもうつみさんもほとりちゃんもサトルも確かにそこにいた。ここに新聞記事がある。あの避難小屋にあった記事と同じものだ。もう一度読んでみよう。今年1月、青森県赤倉岳に HAL18 便が墜落し、27人が死亡した事故に関連して、青森県警は新たに男女3人の遺体を収容したことを発表した。収容された遺体はすでに死後6ヶ月が経過しているために腐乱が激しく、まだ身元をはっきりと断定できていないとしながらも。
Okay, so is one of them must be actually Tomogi. One of them's the woman that we found, and then there must be another body somewhere on the mountain. But where did the other bodies come from? Would have maybe been improved with the addition of alcohol. I did see that they flipped a plane in Toronto. I'm almost impressed. Probably would have been.
HAL18 便に乗っていた乗員乗客のうち、未だ発見されていなかった残る3人にほぼ間違いないとしている。遺体はいずれも赤倉岳避難小屋から東へ 1km 離れた場所で見つかっており、遺体には雪崩に巻き込まれた際に受ける裂傷も多数確認されていることから、3人は墜落直後は生存していたものと考えられる。しかし発見場所は下山ルートからは離れているため、遭難者の死亡当日の足取りについて青森県警では調査を進めている。青森気象観測所によると、この時期に赤倉岳の該当箇所周辺で発生した雪崩は2011年1月17日午前6時53分であることが分かっている。赤倉岳避難小屋に残されていた痕跡とも照らし合わせると、3人はおよそ7日間を生き延びたことになる。なお、唯一の生存者として楠田ユニ君11歳が奇跡的に救助されている。ユニ君の精神状態は半年を過ぎた今も安定せず、頑なに口を閉ざしている。青森県警はユニ君の回復を待って詳しい状況を聞くことにしている。18便の墜落事故では、今回の3人の遺体の発見により、乗員乗客31人中30人が亡くなるという大惨事となった。新たに発見された遺体の身元は以下の通り。よもぎ誠二さん、眉住凛さん23歳、冬川心さん20歳。皮肉にも救助隊の到着は雪崩の発生から約7時間後だったことを付け加えておく。
Alright, 7 hours after. Peculiar ones you've ever seen. I mean, flipping it over, it has to be. At around, yeah, the exact time, right? Might as well just give, like, you know, seconds and milliseconds at this point. Put up a speedrun.com timer of, like, the time that it happened at.
Ya Chaika.
Oh, here we go again.
私はカモメ。
Of course.
テレシコアの言葉になぞらえて、 私は自分自身を公表した。私はカゴメと。そう、私は確かにカゴメだったのだ。
Who's that behind you? The story is not finished yet. Truth is not revealed, and it all circulates through an incident. It is an infinity loop. Unlocked. Chapter 2. Satoru chapter. Now starting. Press enter. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my. All right. Yeah, go. Let's go. Unlocked. Album. Promotional flyers. Magazine front covers. Oh! The background's changed. Shortcut. Okuro chapters. I don't see Satoru chapter. Oh, just new game? Okay. Ah! Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I would say right now, ignore special. Something they added with the patch. I won't even highlight over it. Not even gonna look.
やーちゃいか。私はカモメ。
Excellent news, guys. The spacebar still works. We're gonna save a lot of time. All right. We'll do a different thing here. Let's pull the hands away. Or who, I wonder?
誰かな。誰でしょう。誰だろう。誰だと思う？
No one's traveling with me on this flight. I boarded this plane by myself. I don't have the slightest idea. Judging by the voice, which is yet to undergo the changes of puberty, it can only be the boy sitting in the seat behind me. Who's that sitting behind me? Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. I didn't even... No, now I'm thinking about that. That's not good. The palms covering my eyes are pretty small. I raise both of my arms and spin my wrists around playfully.
本当に高三？しょうがない。じゃあ教えてあげよう。正解は楠田ユニくんでした。
Turning around, I find as I expect a boy who looks to be about elementary school age. He leans over the headrest with an innocent smile. Kusuda Unikun is what he said. I don't remember hearing that name anywhere. I don't recognize his face.
ユニくんって言うんだ。かわいい名前だね。
I'd still reread for more info. I feel like rereading is against the spirit of a game called Remember. They're fastidious in my head right now. Yep. That's a cute name. I will read like new dialogue, duh.
ありがとう。友達にはユニシロとかユニットバスとかって言われて。
Unit bath? His shyly smiling face is friendly and
ねえお
charming.
姉ちゃん、隣行ってもいい？空いてるんでしょ？
I take a glance at my wristwatch. There's still a lot of time before we reach our destination. I pat the seat by the window. The boy introduced himself as Uni, pounces into the seat beside me like he's playing a game of musical chairs.
ねえ、一つ気になったことがあるんだけど、聞いてもいいかな？何？ユニくん、さっきカゴメ歌の中で夜明けの晩にって歌ってたでしょ？
Ahem, in case you didn't know, even though the term is now used to mean night in general, originally it was used to describe the period of time between twilight and sunset. In other words, the time when night begins. These path quotes are getting tons of use today. And scroll through it real quick. Yeah, I think we can do that. Isn't it, what? Missed one there after Young Frau. Between, oh, fuck. Deus Ex Machina. I guess I was a little surprised from this still. Did this appear in blue? I don't think it did. From the Latin literally meaning God from the machine, a frequently used plot device in old plays and literatures, where in the midst of a seemingly hopeless situation, a previously unseen character or object will suddenly appear, provide a convenient resolution to the story. Use of this type of device in a story later came to be called by this name, frequently seen in the Greek tragedy of Euripides, whose conclusions were often marked by a god appearing from above and being lowered onto the stage via a mechanism similar to a crane. Aristotle, in his writings on aesthetics, argued that all the elements of a story should arise internally, natural and necessarily following up the previous actions in the play, and opposed the use of this device, saying that the sudden Deus Ex Machina appearance of a previously unseen character in the middle of the play, contingent on the needs of the plot, was poor storytelling. Oh, this is okay. It wasn't blue. Okay, cool. It was in the auto scroll section. Got it. All right, well, we have added it. Now we just have another 50 some. Perhaps even 60. Oh. Yeah, except that's kind of what happens to us. I mean, I get it.
お姉ちゃんが子供の頃はそうやって歌ってたの?
I sang evening. Oh, what? Well, I just argued that it was evening lit by the moonlight, so I'm gonna say that. I gave a confident nod.
でもあそこのところは夜明けの晩で合ってると思うよ.
Uni says so while picking at the chipped nail of one of his fingers.
だってすぐ後の歌詞には鶴と亀、後ろの正面っていうのがあるじゃん。夜明けと晩、鶴と亀、後ろと正面、どれも2つで一対になるものを表している。
Oh yeah, crane and turtle. Obvious opposites. One's actually fast while the other is slow. I'll kill you.
光と影、陰と陽、オスとメス、虚数と実数。この世界は二律背反する2つの要素がうまく重なり合って共存してるんだ。かごめ歌の主題はまさにこれ。だから月夜の晩よりも夜明けの晩の方がふさわしいんだよ。なるほどね。
Please explain this when you watch this 3 years from now. I groaned involuntarily.
今僕の言った解釈が必ずしも正解とは言えない。あの歌にはまだまだいっぱい謎が残されてるからね。謎？謎って？そうだな。例えば、そもそもカゴメとは何を意味しているのか。カゴの中の鳥が象徴するものとは一体何なのか。どうして鶴と亀は滑ってしまったのか。滑らなければならなかったのか。それから
As he utters that phrase, Uni takes off his glasses. He covers his eyes with his own hands and turns around.
何も見えない。人間が五感によって外部から入手できる情報のうち、およそ8割は視覚に依存していると言われているよね。つまり今の僕は、身の回りで起きている様々な現象のうちの2割しか認識できないってこと。残りの8割は曖昧で判然としなくて。
Imagine if I chose this option the first time around. I'd have expected, like, none of this is out of expectations for what I was getting into.
お姉ちゃんが僕の後ろで何をしているのか、どんな表情をしているのかもわからない。
If he had one where his face started to like glitch and then he turned into like a fucking demon and then started screaming the song at us and then returned back to normal and then was sitting at the chair and talking to us, that'd have been a hell of a first experience. But this is just this is exactly what I expect.
お姉ちゃんの存在は今、僕にとっては不確定要素のうちの一つなんだ。後ろの正面は振り返って目を開くまで決まらない。
Just as Uni is unable to see my face, I'm unable to see what kind of expression he has on his. Only able to see his back. Small back.
君、いくつなの？
After a slight pause, I ask him that.
11。
Uni turns around with his eyes still covered. He's still 11. Then he peers at me through his
よ
fingers.
かった。そこにいてくれて。
His cheeks lift into a broad smile as he laughs. His smile is certainly that of an 11-year-old. Shading my ears, I can still hear the sound of the wind outside this. I've already written that stuff down. I have it written down still. Don't worry. That's what he says right after I introduced myself. I told him my name was Fuyakawa Kokoro, and then he had a little chat with him, and then had a little chat with him about our destination. However, I haven't given him any hints or clues that would help him to guess my age like that.
どうしてわかったの？ふふん、すごい？
Uni throws his head back onto the seat and makes a sound with his nose.
超能力かもね。
Wee. 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 Here's where we talk about angels, and then we get the Alpha and the Omega. We look at the wristwatch. The plane gets hit by lightning bolts. We read about... Oh, not yet. We read about the murder. Then the plane gets hit by a lightning bolt. Oh, nope. There's the girl. Okay. Then the shadow person. Then the plane falls. Then more about the murder. Then the bell tower. I'm remembering all 11 parts. Repay your debts. They gasp. I won't skip it because I don't want to have a riot. And it's a good song. It shows you the cabin, but shows no damage and shows Sophia. Thank you, opening. Very cool. It's like it's the first of the month. We have Wood Carbuncle. Who are you? Was that uni scene there the whole time? I just not noticed that before? Prenatal. Just, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a whole. We're gonna flip to a whole new page. Whole brand new page. And we're just gonna go Satoru. A brand new page, and then we're gonna write the wrong letter to start out. R is different than P. Would you believe it? A dense ocean current coils around me as though licking my entire body. Bad end. I feel great. I feel like I'm being embraced by a sea teeming with coacervate, a small spherical droplet of hydrophilic. This is not a good start. Of hydrophilic colloids suspended in a liquid, which forms when solutions of colloids are mixed under suitable conditions to achieve and maintain a stable state. There's a theory that considers them to be the first stage of the origin of life on Earth. This viscous colloidal ocean water is burning hot. Colloid, a chemical mixture in which particles of one substance are dispersed evenly throughout another substance such that they are large enough that most molecules though they are larger than most molecules, they cannot be seen with ordinary optical microscopes. Examples include glue, starch, agar, egg white, mayonnaise, and smoke. Cool. Big fan of colloids personally. I can't breathe. I writhe in the scorching hot liquid, unable to inhale or exhale. Was not pleased reading about chemistry ideas in your off time. Valid. Is this a dream? That question crosses my mind out of nowhere. If this is reality, then I might have traveled 4 billion years back in time and awoken in the primordial sea. Elden Ring reference? Extending a sensory organ, which is neither an arm nor a feeler, I try to search for my body. The thing I call my body is nowhere to be found. Only a soft, flabby aggregation of amino acids surrounds me. I begin to melt into the boiling seawater as the seawater also melts into me. I can no longer tell where my own existence begins or ends. I feel as if this whole vast sea is myself, but also like nothing of my own essence is here. But I am here. Whether or not I have substance, there is no doubt that I exist here. I perceive colors with a sense which is not sight. I hear sounds with a sense which is not hearing. I smell odors with a sense which is not smell. My surroundings are completely saturated by a dazzling red light, a rhythmic sound, and a sweet scent that feels as if it will melt. I perceive all of that and I'm thinking, but the origin of my thoughts isn't my brain. It's some other organ. So what are these thoughts coming from? Perhaps the great sea surrounding me is controlling my thought process. Or could it be that perhaps this very thought is false? If that's the case, then I'm not thinking, not feeling anything. Do I not exist? Upon thinking this, did you really think it though? I'm suddenly assailed by an unbearable anxiety. I'm not here. I'm not here. Terror swirls within me. Is it though? Because you don't have a body. Gradually converging on one point before exploding. I struggle. I continue to struggle. As though I'm going mad. Seeking an exit, seeking like, seeking substance. I want to escape from this world as quickly as possible. Help me. Get me out of here. I am here. Oh. Damn, what happened to Kiryu? Anyway, I love Satoru so much. This is great. Who the fuck talks like this? Two tips right at the start. Like, what is wrong with this man? The goober. I'm here. Are you there? Oh, wow!
どうしたんだおいしっかりしろ落ち着け落ち着くんだタグ一体何があったって言うんだそうだもう大丈夫何も心配いらないな
ここはどこだ
When I come to, I'm in an unfamiliar place. I'm sitting on the wooden floor with my back pressed against the wall. It would be more appropriately to say that I'm being pressed. The one holding me in place is a giant of a man, startlingly large and rugged as a rock. I crane my body upward to look at his face. Despite his firm grip on my shoulders, his face bears a troubled expression. I remember that face from somewhere. It's faint, but his face is etched like an afterimage into a corner of my memory.
誰だっけどこかで見かけたような気がするんだが
As I ask that, the man catches his breath and stares at
やっぱ
me.
りどっかで会ったよなそれとも人違いか
I'm not at the keyboard right now, but I feel attacked.
なあ聞いてんだろおっさん
The man blinks repeatedly, as if finally coming to his
大
senses.
丈夫なのかおっさんはもう収まったんだよな
おっさん
今までめちゃくちゃに暴れまくってたんじゃないかおかしくなっちまったんじゃないかと思って心配したんだぞ
Man slowly lets go of my shoulders.
あああんなことが起こった後だからねきっと怖い夢でも見たんだろうけれど
Dreams, that nightmare, as red as fresh blood. Even thinking about it makes me shudder. I see, so I was struggling because of a nightmare. Really, just like a little kid. Sneering in self-derision, I shake my head silently. But I suppose the dream doesn't matter. More importantly, my top priority is to find out where I am and what's happening. Pushing aside the mountain of a man who's blocking me, I have a look around. A room enfolded in a hewn wood, a small window, a crude stove, and a plain table. Before the table is the figure of a woman. The mountain? Anyway, Particular talks a lot about interesting things. Great artist just likes it more. 50-50. We'll see. The woman who wears her hair in an updo shivers as she sits on a log chair.
Rin
The word comes to my lips instantly. I can't help but cry out her name. Because I know her. I could never forget her. The memories we made together are burned so clearly into my mind that I couldn't forget them even if I tried. Lynn and I had gone out for 2 whole years.
リンどうしたんだよなんでお前がこんなところに
Raising my voice, I rush over to her. Lynn's eyes open wide and her eye... Oh, something stuck in my throat, sorry. Lynn's eyes open wide and her eyebrows arch. Is it the sudden tension that makes her face stiffen like that? It's been 1.5 years since we've seen each other. We haven't spoken to one another since we broke up. We haven't caught a single glimpse of the other, heard each other's voice, or picked up on any rumors about one another. I'd say feeling bewildered by our first reunion in a long time is natural. So I stand stock still in front of her, not knowing what to say. Lynn and I stare at each other silently. The atmosphere between us grows awkward and tense. We're just gonna start going down again. Persona? It's been a while.
久しぶりだな。
Just because this is funnier. In the context that he doesn't know, you know, he's Kokoro.
あれからどうしてたんだ。連絡ぐらいくれればよかったのに。ほら、約束しただろ。俺たちはその別れても普通の友達でいようって。
Oh, you sweet summer child.
なのにお前は。
ちょっと待って。あんた喧嘩売ってんの？
Abruptly, Lynn begins to speak.
慣れ慣れしくお前なんて呼ばないでくれる？
She levels a menacing glare at me.
それに名前。どうしてあんたが私の名前を知ってるのよ？まさか盗み聞きしてたの？私がこの男に名前を教えた時、あんた本当は意識があったんでしょ？今までは気を失ったふりをしてただけで。ねえ、どうなの？答えなさいよ。
Even though she orders me to answer, I can't. The words she says may as well be in some unknown language for all I understand them.
おい、どうしちまったんだよ、リン。まさか俺のことを忘れたわけじゃ。
忘れる？忘れようにも忘れようがないわ。だって私、初めっからあんたのことなんて知らないもの。
知らない？知らないってどういうことだ？
どういうことも何もないわよ。あんたみたいなやつに会った覚えは一度もないって言ってんの。
そんな。
Hearing those utterly unexpected words leaves me completely astounded. I didn't think Lynn could forget me.
ねえ、もしも私が突然この世界から消えてしまったらどうする？
リンのいる世界を見つけるよ。
じゃあその世界が見つからなかったとしたら？
そうだな。多分見つかるまで探し続けると思う。
嘘ばっかり。人の心は移ろいやすいものなのよ。永遠に燃え続ける炎なんてないの。
それじゃあリンだったら、もしも突然この世界から俺の存在が消え失せてしまったとしたら。
そうね。熱いシャワーを浴びて強いお酒を飲んで月のワグマみたいに何ヶ月も眠るわ。きっと半年も経てばあなたのことなんて忘れてしまうもの。
なるほど。
何かご不満でも？
いや、別に。
He deserved better, Satoru.
そう。でも今私が言ったことは本心よ。だから会いたいと思うの。
You need to get out, buddy.
毎日でも四六時中でもできることなら一秒も眠らずにずっとあなたのことを見つめていたい。少しでも目をそらしたらすぐにあなたのこと
This is so
忘れてしまうような
mean.
気がするから。口づけをするのも体を重ねるのもそう。私はあなたを失いたくない。
Doesn't fucking sound like it matters.
体のどこかにあなたがいたことの証を刻みつけておきたいのよ。ねえ、もう一度だけあなたを刻んで。
Yo. Oh fuck no. Your memories will fade. I stand still and silent in front of her. Gently smoothing back her stray hair, she walks away from me without another word. Once 6 months had passed, I'd forget all about you. Several years ago, she said those words to me, and now they've become a reality. A gaping hole opens within my heart. A feeling of loss steals the energy from my body.
どういうことだ君たちはその知り合いなのか
Folding his arms, the man looks from me to Lynn and back again.
知り合いなわけないでしょ。さっきからそう言ってるじゃない。
まあまあそうムキになるなって単なる誤解だろよくあることじゃないか
Lynn turns away and sits down on the bottom bunk of the bed. Then,
誤解なんかじゃないよ。
I suddenly hear a
こ
voice.
の人は忘れちゃってるだけなんだから。
I turn in the direction of the voice. On the top bunk is a boy perched with both hands on the edges of the bed looking down at us. A face I've seen somewhere before. No, more than just a face I've seen, it's a face that seems more familiar to me. However, I can't remember anything beyond that. Where we met, when I saw him, whether or not he knows me too. Oh, we got amnesia? Nice. Or at least partial amnesia. I don't remember a thing. Nonetheless, the feeling that I know this boy is spreading somewhere deep within my
ちょっ
chest.
と聞き捨てならないわね。あんた今忘れちゃってるだけってそう言ったでしょ。
Lynn gets up suddenly and walks over to stand right below the boy.
私は何度も言うようだけど忘れてるわけじゃなくて。違うってば。え？違うって何が違うのよ。僕はリンのことを言ったんじゃないんだ。私のことじゃないなら誰のこと？
The boy grits his teeth and frowns, wrinkling his forehead. Still looking down, he slowly raises his left hand.
この人だよ。
Oh. With hostility in those words, he points a slender finger at me. Me? What does that mean? I haven't forgotten anything. Lynn's the one who lost her memory.
まったくはい君たちは一体どういう関係なんだ僕には君たちの言ってることはさっぱり理解できない
Neither do I. Something's wrong here. I had the feeling that I've been swallowed up into a ridiculously a ridiculously intricate plot. I have no basis for this. And yet a vague premonition, a growing sense of unease swirls inside my chest.
誰かちゃんと説明できるやつはいないのかこの険悪なムードを引きずったまま一晩を共に過ごすのは嫌だろう
No one responds. Lynn ostentatiously averts her eyes before heaving a great sigh. The boy, without saying anything, he jumps down and walks past me, heading for the doorway.
どこに行くんだユニ話はまだ終わったわけじゃ
Uni, a name I've heard before. The name and face of the boy are etched deep into my consciousness. It seems I really do know him. I'm still not sure how I know
ここ
him.
にも行かないよ。行きたくったって行けるわけないじゃないか。
Uni stops in the corner of the room, speaking with his back to us. There's a rectangular hole at his feet. Affixed to the side of the hole is a wooden ladder leading downward.
薪を取りに行くだけだよ。夜中になったら今よりももっと寒くなるから。待ちなさいよ。
Lynn stops Uni as he places a hand on the ladder.
そのコートいい加減脱いだら。私のなのよ。返してよ。やだ。拾ったんだから僕のものだ。何よそのデタラメな論理は。遺失物法第1条。知らないの？
Oh my god.
他人の遺失したる物件を習得したる者は速やかに遺失者または所有者その物件回復の請求権を有する者にその物件を返還しまたは警察署長にこれを差し出すべし。ただし法令の規定により私に所有所持することを禁止たる物件は返還するの限りの
Lawyers, am I right, gamers?
は？何言っちゃってるわけ？そのコートは所有所持することを禁止たる物件でも何でもないでしょ。何よ。
お取り込み中のところすまないが 一つ気になったことがあるんで聞いてもいいかな。ユニはそのコートどこで拾ったんだっけ？
それは
Is Michael a lawyer? Damn, a lawyer and British. You really went for the fucking double whammy, dude. I jest, maybe. I went to uni for it. Yeah, I mean that counts. Yeah, that counts. I think so.
機体の残骸の中から。
Like one half of a lawyer. You know, if you round it, all I'm saying, make the argument.
So いつはおかしいだろう。君は墜落の衝撃で機外へと放り出され、気がついた時には雪原もなく。
もううるさいな。分かったよ。脱げばいいんでしょ。脱げば。
After interrupting the man mid-argument, Uni resignedly removes the coat that's hanging off of him.
ほら、返すよ。
Rolling up the coat, he tosses it toward Lynn.
もう乱暴に扱わないでくれる？高かったんだからね、このカシミヤのコート。
As Lynn mutters a complaint, she gently pats her reclaimed coat. I just keep silent as I watch their exchange from the sidelines. I'm pretty sure you have to round down by statue. Not a lawyer. But mathematically, I think it rounds up, so we can call him a lawyer. It's, you know, I like Schrodinger's lawyer. I just keep silent when I watch exchange of sidelines. I expect there's no room for me to cut in anyway. Plane wreckage impact? What are they talking about? My confusion only deepens. Oh, perfect. A scene change. So I'm going to save it here and we're going to stop because I don't want to like fucking throw my voice out continuing to do this and then not be able to stream tomorrow. Boink. Boink. Oh! Well, we remembered an entire path. That's pretty cool. We met the ocean. Whatever the fuck that is. What are the endings we got called? Great question. You know what? You are thinking in ways I didn't even think possible. We got Kokoro chapter, good end. And Annihilation end, Mayuzumi 2. Not to be confused with Satoru murdered in the bathroom end day and stabbed to death in the bathroom end day. Can we scroll down? Sure. Location X avalanche encounter end. Was the second to last ending I found in my quest for all of them. Nice. We also have varying percents of all of these scenes. And we've unlocked a solid wall of tips to 44 now. Including, I don't know, maybe. And, oh, about half the scenes, 40% of the messages, 25% of the choices made. 5 more jukebox songs. Ugh. See if it's tedious. Put this on. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Happy to have gotten an ending where I understand less than I did before. I have a feeling that tomorrow's not gonna help. I have a feeling things won't start making sense till next week. That's fun. So we are going to raid out to Lady Corgi. Who knows? Not me. I'm just guessing. Play more Skyrim. Thank you everyone for being here. A couple links real quick while that counts down. Discord right there. YouTube for both VODs and edited content. And finally, I'm in a band. Check us out. If you're new here and you haven't already, hey, this is their following. We're live 5 days a week now. Back to 6 once Aether and or Crit finishes Resident Evil 1. And yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope you had fun. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, day, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it may be. Please remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out. Bye for now.